We're live.
All right, we're
Everybody.
good. All right, welcome everyone. Appreciate you guys watching. As you guys know, I'm Jarhead6. Just do a quick intro, everybody.
Okay.
Start for 504. You want to start?
Hey, 504 Dirt Dart.
General.
Today, it's General Banner. My channel is basically dedicated to medical law questions pertaining to Canada, of course, and survival and so on and prepping. So
You guys play hockey up there, don't you?
we actually rocket hockey. It's what does they call it? Red, white, and gold, I think is what it is. Yeah. We invented it, I'm pretty sure.
What about you, Handgun Newbie?
Handgun newbie, just search practically tactical, and that's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Cool. Jake Hawk USNC retired with his new channel. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Basically, I'm gonna do I'm still doing the prep stuff. I am gonna keep my other channel open, but I'm keeping that open mainly for shout outs and video responses, since it's the larger of the two channels. You get more people to watch it, I guess. But on my new channel, shorter videos, better video quality, and much more content. That's what I'm trying to push for.
Cool. You've been doing a lot of more editing and logos and a bunch of cool stuff there. I like that.
But I have to say, it's all because Bush Hunt hooked me up. He's got a channel, and if anybody hasn't looked at it, they need to. He sent me a bunch of stuff just out of the blue, and
He's a machine, man. He's been hooking up all kinds of people.
Yeah.
I gotta say, 'cause I just don't have that skill. I mean, I can turn on,
Yeah, me either.
turn it off, and that's about it. You know, I'm surprised I can even figure out YouTube, but they keep changing it, so that's why I always have a hard time with it.
Yeah, I think he felt sorry for me, man, because I had a Jarhead6 on the left corner, and it was really bad. And I think he felt sorry for me because he did send me a couple of logos as well. So I appreciate that. And he does a really good job. So if you haven't subscribed to him, Bush Hunt, he's in the comments. Or
Hey,
go
so
and
if
subscribe.
anybody missed it today, We Like Shooting, the We Like Shooting channel busted on Handgun Newbie. Just really awesome. It was hilarious.
That was a very funny video.
I'm gonna have to go check that one.
Really?
We
Even
Like
though-
Shooting.
Even
Or We
though
Like Shooting 2? What is it? We Like Shooting?
their channel is We Like Shooting Videos.
We Like Shooting videos, yeah. Anyway, it was hilarious.
Yeah. Is that the video that Walker was there as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Oh yeah. I mean, this is gonna be whatever comes to topic we talk about. But the first thing that I actually wanted to talk about this. I guess everybody knows that Piers got fired pretty much from CNN. You guys heard about that, right?
Yeah,
man.
I'm thankful for that.
Any thoughts? Anything you guys want to say about that?
Well, I got some subscribers that I've been trying to get them to be willing to accept him back in UK, and they don't want him. They prefer that he gets left out at sea somewhere.
I wonder if he's going back. I didn't read any of the articles. Is he going back or what?
Well, he's wanted there. They want him. We should be sending him back since we have an extradition treaty, but since he's part of the.
Oh, he's wanted for the wiretapping stuff?
Yes, he is.
Oh, nice.
And a couple of other things.
So he'll probably go to Canada or something, huh?
Yeah, there you go.
Live on an island.
Hey,
We'll kick him out.
I was recommending Russia since he's all about communism, anyways. Yeah.
So he's wanted like by the police. He can't go back.
Yes, if he goes back, he'll be scooped up rather quick.
Yeah. Do you remember that whole scandal from I think a while ago? Wasn't it actually a soldier who was killed in action or something like that, and then they hacked into the wife's voicemail and got something on him, or
Yeah.
heard or took the voicemail or some absolutely disgusting thing. I think it was the Guardian. He ran that place when it happened.
Yeah.
And then they got into like a bunch of celebrities, like voicemail and stuff like that. But I think the soldier one was the big one. If I'm correct, I could be wrong.
You know what is sad? Well, that's one of the reasons I got a subscriber I've had since, shoot, I think he was like my 9th subscriber, and from my old channel. He lives in London. He was like, yeah, we don't want that guy, and it was all because of what happened with that soldier. But did you know his brother is a lieutenant colonel in the British military?
Huh.
So you would have thought he would have figured, hey, this might piss off a few people, but yeah. Oh well, it is what it is.
People start tasting the fame thing and chasing that, and it changes them.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that I don't like about him is that the guy cannot have an argument or a debate. I mean, he always gets frustrated, and at the end, he finished by cursing or insulting people.
That's because he's got nothing to stand on.
No.
Yeah, if it's not his way, he's gonna cry and complain. So
I suppose that was his platform, though. I mean, because it doesn't seem like anything he ever talked to anybody about. It was his solid opinion, and he ran with it. And so it wasn't like he was trying to get both sides of any story. It was his opinion, and he just kept pushing it. And yeah, you're right, Jared. He just basically put the people down, which was sad.
I mean, we talk about his question is, why do you need an AR-15? Why do you need a combat military rifle? However he always put it. And the bad guys have them. You know what I'm saying? The bad guys have AR-15. So if I don't have one, I'm going to be one step below. I mean, there's many reasons why I want an AR-15. The first one will be because I want to, and that's it. This is a free country. I want to have an AR-15. So that's it. But if you really
fun, man, it's like an Xbox.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's fun. It's fun to shoot. You could protect yourself with it, and the bad guys haven't. So again, the bad guy goes inside your house, tries to kill you, or try to rape you, or try to take away your stuff, and you don't have a weapon that is equal to the firepower that the bad guy has. So you always want to be either equal. I mean, you always want to be on top of the bad guy, but if not, at least equal when it comes down to firepower.
Well, I think is the perfect answer. Is look at Ukraine. Look at their people and what's going on. Look at what happens when a government is far more equipped than its citizens. Look what's going on there. That is a perfect example of why you need to have an armed. I'm getting an echo there. Why your society needs to be armed is if your government is far more armed than your population, it's trouble.
Yeah, you're right. So I didn't like the guy too much. So
Okay.
But in regards to Piers Morgan, I have to quote Tombstone the movie. Well,
I'm about to have a gigantic shit pile of mess here.
What?
Tom's gonna have a mess. What's up, Tom?
What you said, Tom?
I don't think he can hear us.
Maybe he can't hear us.
I don't know. So yeah, I mean, finally the guy went away. I mean, that's good. You know what I'm saying? Let's forget about him.
He's not gone. They haven't announced the date.
I don't think you see me.
Right.
We see you, Tom. We can hear you too.
We can hear ourselves through you.
I think it's hang. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's Tom's. No, it's not.
No. Do you have the sound coming through your speakers, Jarhead?
I don't know, man. How do you fix that? How do you same thing?
Click on that and then change the speaker thing to something else.
Where was that again?
Click on the settings.
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, setting. There we go. Sorry, brother. TVI. Don't judge me. Alright, and which one do I pick? Built-in? Oh no, the USB one. Oh, there we go. Oh wow, dude.
It's a little louder
There
now.
we go.
All right.
Yeah, way different now.
Okay, hey, I
Oh,
got a topic for us. How many people like supporting their local gun stores?
Oh yeah.
How many of you?
I mean, I do.
How many of
I
you?
do as long as I want, as long as I like him. So.
Yeah. Well, how many of you get screwed when you do it?
I have. Yeah, I'll be switching local gun stores here from now on.
I gotta tell you, you see my beautiful PAP 92 here? I went into a local gun store today just to check it out, right? This same gun, minus my high-speed, low-drag compensator that I added on there, they were selling this gun for $860.
Jeez.
That's some good profit.
You can go to JG Sales and get it for $399.
I've seen it for about 700. I think about 650 to 700 here.
Yeah, well, that's like this Magpul mag, a standard magazine, $30 freaking dollars.
Oh.
Wow.
I kid you not. I was like, what in the hell? But my new shotgun that I got, you know, my Maverick 88, if I paid about $10 more there to pick it up and walk out, it would be the same price. Because after transfer fees and all, you know, all that craziness for this gun, it was the same price that they were selling it for there. So it's like some of their stuff, it completely hit or miss. But yeah, $20 for a 20-round Magpul magazine. So it's like they're charging, screw it, $1 a round.
So there's your supplier issue. They don't have a supplier that's so for instance, so you got B store and C store. So yours is being A store. A store doesn't have the supply chain availability that B and C does, and that's really what it comes down to, I'd say. Unless you think it's just gouging.
It's got to be gouging, bro. I got to tell you, I paid $560 for a brand new Beretta SF or 92 FS, right? They're selling a used one for $579.
Whew.
Oh, there you go. Okay, there's the answer then. Yeah.
They're gouging like it is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, you know, there was a couple of things in there, like some hard to find ammo that I can't get, you know, at the local Walmart. You know, so I'd be like, okay, I'll pick it up here. But yeah, I was like, wow. And they're like, hey, you want me to show you a gun? I'm like, you want $580 for a Gen 4 Glock? Are you kidding me?
Mine has okay prices on stuff they have in stock. Like they've got Glock 19s down there for $499, which, you know, retail local gun shop, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I never want anything they have in stock. You know, I got a Walther pistol, so I paid retail plus transfer. And then I went down there to buy my lower receiver. I paid retail plus transfer. I'm like, you know, I've spent close to $1,000 in your shop. Not too happy with that.
Oh, yeah. But I can say I tested out Walmart today because the rumor mill was they got rid of that 3-box limit, and they did. So I was quite happy. I spent about $500 on ammo today.
I haven't been to our Walmart in months. I should go check them out again. I don't know what they got.
Yeah.
I think the answer, Jayhawk, is the basically shopping at A, B, and C. I mean, it's, you know, if you got A, B, and C in your community, we'll support them all and just shop around. You know.
Well, it's hard to beat the internet ones because I know a place where I can, like, for my XDM, that's what I wanted. I wanted some more magazines for my XDM. The high end is $35 a magazine. But I know of a place where I can get them for $20 a mag. So it's like I'm willing to pay 25, but I'm not going to pay 35 for a magazine when I need 3 of them. You know, for the price.
Yeah, I would definitely pay a few dollars more than you know, internet prices to shop at my local gun shop, but I'm not going to get taken to the cleaners.
Yeah.
I'm testing out something here.
Okay.
Really.
Yeah. Jarhead, you're still echoing, just so you know. I muted you just to test it.
What's going on, Tom?
Pick one of those
I have
different
no
ones.
Can you hear us, Tom?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
We can now, yeah.
Okay. I was saying that we had a few places here that will go to Walmart and you know, they buy a brick of 22 and then divide it and put it inside little in little bags and then make money out of it. So I don't support those guys. So pretty much whoever I identify to take advantage of people, I won't go there and shop. But we do have a few places here that are pretty good. But then again, this is a Marine town, so you know, people like to take advantage of Marines because they make money in some kind of way. Jacob knows that.
Just bring in your LES. You can buy anything you want.
Yeah, anything you want. If you're a Marine, they will give you LES and your first sergeant's name, and they will give you a car. Anything you want.
Yeah.
So.
You know, by the way, that's highly illegal.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I got to tell you, I had somebody call me once when I was a sergeant. He wanted to talk to my commanding officer. Now it was regarding one of my Marines. I was a platoon sergeant at the time. And I was like, "Oh, you want to meet me? Where are you?" He's like, "Oh, well, I'm up here at your command headquarters." I was like, "You know what? Give me 15 minutes. I'll be right there. I'll take you right to the man you need to speak to." He was at our S1. Somehow he got on base. And, you know, I grabbed the Marine and brought him up there and found out, you know, okay, the Marine had not paid his bill or whatnot. And I was like, okay. Now, and then I looked at the civilian, and this was in front of the S1. I'm like, what the hell are you doing on my base right now? Oh, well, I'm going to speak to your commanding officer because this Marine owes me money. I'm like, if this Marine owes you money, then your problem is with this Marine.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go speak to his commanding officer. How many civilian employees do you go to their boss and tell them that they owe you money? You can't because it's illegal. Well, guess what? Right now, if I was to take you in to speak to his boss, you'd be committing a felony. How do you like them apples? Get the fuck off my... sorry. I chewed him out. Had told him to leave the base. And you know what? He did. And the gunny who was in the S1, he overheard everything. He comes up and he's like, "Hey, Sergeant, I've never seen anybody do that." I'm like, "Well, trust me, I'm mad that I even had to deal with this and my Marine is going to pay for this. But that guy had no right to be here." I'm like, I don't even know who signed him on the base. You know? So... But I hate that they think they can do that. They can't. It's illegal.
Yeah, but you know that's something that is very very common in for Marines. The first question is like, who's your commanding officer? Who's your first sergeant? And they totally bypass all the staff NCOs and all, even the sergeants, all the Marines in his chain of command. So that's just something that is very common. And I used to do something similar to you. I would ask him, "Who are you? Why you got to talk to him? You pretty much don't rate to talk to the commanding officer." You know. So,
well, you know, that's like outside the Marine base, and I know there's one there at Lejeune, just like there's one in outside of Camp Pendleton. They actually have a contract that they have the Marines sign, and in that contract, they're waiving their rights to allow those people to contact their commanding officers. One of my Marines snuck one of those contracts out of that store. I can't remember what the name of the store is. we took it to base legal, and base legal looked at the document and goes, well, first off, they can't. This is not a legal binding document, because whether you know your rights or not know your rights, you as a Marine do not have the option to waive your rights under the Soldiers and Sailors Civil Relief Act of 1942, amended in what was it, 59 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was like they go, this, we're going to have to show this document to the base league, or the general in charge of the base. They're legal, because the document, you could walk into the store, no prices on anything. They would not allow you to pay cash for anything in that store.
Yeah, but you know what kind of sucks about that is that all these places that we talked about that take advantage of, not just Marines, they take advantage of, or a military, you know, children, pretty much kids, because they 19, 20 years old. All those places are owned by military guys.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
It's 3 places here in this base that they will let you borrow money, but of course they give you like a 25%. Which is like crazy, 20 to 26% or 29, whatever's at that point that is about to be illegal. Mm-hmm. And all 3 places are owned by Marines, you know, guys that were in the Marine Corps and retired a couple of years ago. So, yes. I mean, it's kind of crazy because they're taking advantage by Marines. So
I can't stand those people.
Yeah, I can't stand those guys neither, brother. I just can't. But just it is what it is, you know. And I mean, I don't know what to do when we all had a young Marines that checked into a unit and the next day have a car payment for $700, and you're like, dude, now you don't even have food to pay for your children because you're paying $700 for a car. So I mean, I'm sure you've seen those guys, Jacob.
I have, actually. I have. It happens every day. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The worst one was something my brother, after he came back from Fallujah, he told his Marines, don't go and buy anything, you know, super exotic or anything, because they'd been over there for 9 months. They got a wad of cash like it is cool. They come back on the Monday, you know, after a 96 or 4 days off, for those of you who don't know. And one of his Marines went out and bought a $47,000 Hummer II. He dropped $37,000 cash on it, and then he was going to have to pay like, you know, $600 a month. And the Marine didn't have the money to pay that. My brother's like, why did you do that?
Oh yeah, they do it all the time. And man, and you talking about being a platoon sergeant, man, that job sucks, man. You babysitting kids, man.
You know, that's what was funny. Everybody goes, why don't you have kids? I'm like, well, I got a platoon load of them, and the problem is most of mine are legal drinking age.
It gets worse because, and I mean, a lot of the platoons that I had as a platoon sergeant, you have 30 guys, and those 30 guys are, you know, 20 to 30 guys, and 20 of them could be combat vets. So you're talking about 20-year-old guys that have been in combat 2-3 times, and they shot at people, and they got in firefights. So they think that they walk on water, you know, like, don't you dare to talk to them because they're combat vets, and it's just difficult sometimes. Like, sometimes you got to remind it, you know, I was the boss. You do what I tell you to do, and I guess it's a challenge. It's fun. Jacob would tell you it's pretty fun.
I gotta tell you, I used to play the democracy game with my guys all the time, and be like, hey guys, today we're gonna do PMs on vehicles, which means we're doing preventative maintenance. We have to do it once a week. We're either gonna do PMs on vehicles, or we're going to say screw it, and we're just going to have a lazy day today, go home early. How many of y'all want to do the PMs on vehicles? Nobody'd raise their hands. And I'd be like, how many of you want to just have a lazy day and take off early? Everybody'd raise their hands. I'd be like, see, there you go, democracy in action. Too bad the Marine Corps isn't a democracy and I'm in charge. get your gear, let's go PM. But don't you feel better? You at least voted.
I love that.
I'm telling you. Sometimes you just got to, but then again, whenever I did something like that, I would actually go out there and help. And so when you have somebody who you don't normally have working side by side, I guess in the civilian world it'd be like if your supervisor came down and just gave you a hand, which you probably never see, but in a Marine Corps it does happen from time to time.
Yeah.
It's called delegation. There's nothing wrong with that. And good leadership. I mean, that's what it comes from, right? It's chain of command, and I think it doesn't really matter where it is, or if it's law enforcement, or whether it's military, or even in the civilian world, they really should understand chain of command. It's like, you don't complain to the top. You complain to who I answer to. It's called chain of command. So, you want to talk to my boss? Not a problem. It's the guy who I answer to. You're not going to talk to the chief because he doesn't answer those questions. That's not his role. So.
Very true.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, have you guys heard about the Mexican guy, the drug cartel leader? What is it, Chapo, whatever, that just got apprehended?
The guy
Apparently,
we just
this.
Shorty.
Yeah. Yeah. He brings like 80% of drugs to the United States come from I don't know if it's 80%, but it was like a ridiculous high number come from this guy's cartel.
Yeah. I can tell you, they were talking about that on the news today, from my local area, because I guess his cartel is the main supplier for St. Louis. So they're like the price of heroin go up around here.
Yeah, but there's still an honor among thieves. So you know what? Just because they got him arrested, he still got his people just below him. They're gonna still carry on the game just the way they always have. So I don't think they made any major accomplishment.
He escaped from jail one time, like 10 years ago.
Yeah, they had him before.
Yeah, they had him before, and he actually escaped. So, I mean, they could do it again. I mean, Mexico is so messed up, man. Those guys are so corrupted down there. They don't care, man. So.
Well, it comes down, it's like Afghanistan. It comes down to, if you want your family to get shot up or not. So. Yeah. You're gonna support who's gonna take care of you.
I mean, when we were in Afghanistan, the general, the whole Afghani army was like, or military, whatever they are, the guy was extremely corrupted. I mean, the guy would steal anything that we would give him. So, when you have the leadership, the top dog being like that, I mean, what can you do? We can't do anything. We're trying to fix the entire world, but we can't fix anything. That's what they do. That's how they live. That's their society, their culture. So let's just stay here in the United States. It's pretty good here. So.
Okay, so you support the Defense Secretary's push to decrease our military?
Where at?
They made the announcement today. They're going to cut the military personnel down.
Oh no, I don't.
Pre-World War II levels.
I don't support that, and the reason why is because I went to Iraq during the push, during the war in 2002 to 2003, and then I went again in 2004, and Afghanistan, and we know that. But what I'm saying is that from 2003, the guys that went in 2003 during the first war, compared to the guys that went at a later time, it was like a totally amount of experience and different. Like the guys that went in 2003, even though we did a good job, they weren't prepared.
Yeah.
To attack it, they weren't prepared. I mean, they were, but they weren't truly prepared like the guys now. So you reduce the military and you take away all that experience, all those guys that know all that information, and if something happened, then we have to start again that preparation process. I mean, if you remember 2006, 2005, 2006, we were giving $30,000 to $50,000 for people to stay in the Marine Corps because we needed the bodies.
Yeah.
As a re-enlistment. So now the guys are staying in the Marine Corps and now, or the military is now the guys that that love the Corps or love the military. It's guys that they just looking for money because you give me $50,000 and I stay in the Marine Corps for 4 more years. So I mean I don't think we should reduce the military. I think we should leave it the way it is because we at this point we are prepared to respond to a place. And if we reduce it and 10 years from now something happened, it's kind of like starting back from zero to build a military again. I mean, plus, you're gonna leave a bunch of guys unemployed. You know.
Well, and that's the thing. They're talking that they're going to reduce all of the branches of service to a number where we're literally going to have fewer active duty, fewer reserves than we had before World War II.
Well, it's got to get through Congress.
Yeah, I don't think
it's not going to happen the way he proposed it today.
Yeah, it better not.
Okay, but why are they trying to do that? Like, think about that for a second. What is there to gain really by doing that? Besides major federal cutbacks, major federal cutbacks. It's because your federal deficit is driving that point. There's no doubt in my mind. That's a Canadian perspective, but to me, what are they going to say?
Man, they take it to the wrong places.
It's the first place it always goes. It's the absolute first place it always goes. Is safety and security. It's the absolute first place they always make cuts.
Because it's not a reaction. They're not reacting. I mean, the way we're doing it, instead of prepare and implement ways to stop, we like to react to a situation. If something happened, oh wow, now we have to react. Let's build a military again instead of being ready from day one.
So maybe what they'll do is call a draft again, and that's how they'll put action to it, which is stupid because you won't have anybody who's actually qualified to actually go do it. And
that's
they're going to be rushing these
people
through.
We draw down, after conflict's over, and then we rebuild. You look at Korea, you look at all these conflicts. We've had to start from scratch.
Yeah.
How much money does that cost in the long run? That costs you a lot more money to retrain and to rebuild. Oh my God, I don't know.
This is what they're doing, man. They identify a threat. All right, this is a threat. This is what happened, and then they in their minds they're saying, okay, it's gonna cost so much money to fix this. But what's the possibility of that actually happen? And they come out with those percentage. Okay, maybe 20%, and then they risk it. That's what they do. They're risking it. Say, we're not going to spend $1 billion keeping the military in training because we have a possibility of a terrorist attack of 45%. We're going to risk it. That's what they're doing.
But here's the biggest problem I have. They're raising a civilian military right now in our country. Explain to me why the Library of Congress needs a SWAT team. But apparently the military and their personnel are the only people that we can cut from. But they're not going to cut any of the entitlement spending that they're spending on. So I have to say I agree with the chairman of the Armed Forces Committee when he said, look, cutting our military will not get us out of the financial mess we're in just because they won't cut entitlement spending. The economy is crap, and according to the news, it's good, but it's actually crap. When you have 50 million people on frickin' food stamps.
A lot of soldiers, too.
Oh, exactly. Soldiers too. Oh, but they're getting a pay freeze and benefit reductions to save money. All that stuff was announced today, and I'm just like,
You know why, man? Because they don't care about you, Jacob. They just don't care. Well, if you think the government cares about you, they don't care.
They cared about me when I was in, and that's it.
Yeah, they don't care, brother. It's the same thing that why our children are not protected at the schools. The president has the children in a nice school with armed personnel, but we cannot have our children protected with armed personnel. Why? Because they don't care about us. I mean, a few years ago, I was at the rifle range, and something happened, and we had to stay there a couple of hours. And there was a guy there, and I asked him, hey, man, how come you're not pissed off? How come this is not pissing you off? And he told me, because I'm not expecting anything. If I don't expect anything, I'm not going to get mad because I know they're not going to do anything for me. And that's how I'm feeling, man. I don't expect anything from these people. You're talking about a system that attempts to take away our benefits after we go to combat 4 to 5 times. I spent over 3 years in a combat zone, and you talk about taking away my benefits, but you give another person a cell phone and food stamp because they rate it, but I don't rate my stuff. You target my benefits.
They're working on the Obama phones too.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying?
But that's a whole different story. It's just what bothers me, and I've heard people say this before, is, their whole purpose is to they're cutting back the troop levels so they can increase spending on research and development to ensure that we have the most high-tech military in the world. That is the corporations getting a bankrupt or getting a bailout, while the people that actually have to do the fighting get nothing. In fact, you know what? I mean, how many times did you have more than one job?
Oh man, come on, dude.
Okay,
I have 6 jobs at a time.
Exactly. I had one time when I was working at the intelligence battalion, I had 7 officer billets and 3 staff NCO billets, and I'm just one person. So I was doing the job of 10 people, and we were the largest the Marine Corps had been in a long time, but yet I still had to fill all of these billets. So it's like what they're going to do is they're going to wear the military down to where nobody wants to serve anymore. Yeah. Because
that's what they're doing with I mean, you could tell the guys in the military now, even with the whole don't ask, don't tell and the whole gay thing in the military, a lot of guys got out. That's one of the issue. The fact that you cannot talk about God in the military because somebody will flip out, and it's supposed to be God, country, core. But if you say something about God, it's like, oh wow. But this guy could say he's gay, but you cannot say I'm Christian because somebody's like, you got to be careful what you say. But you could say I'm gay. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So they are pushing a lot of the guys out with the new policies they got. I mean, nowadays it's ridiculous the things that we see in the military, but it is what it is.
Yeah, under Obama, it's a social experiment.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's
the only thing that bugs me. I mean, this happens all the time. The big drawdown on defense, but the thing that bugs me is I don't see the world has changed that much in the last 10 years.
Yeah,
we still got North Korea, we still got China, we still got Middle East as a hotbed. I don't know what's changed.
It's not that, and then you look down to Mexico. We got drug cartels there that have ties with terrorist groups. If you go down to Colombia, it's terrorist groups there. Peru has a lot of terrorist groups. We have terrorist
Bolivia,
groups
man. Bolivia down. Keep an eye on Bolivia.
I mean, we have terrorist groups all over this wars that are targeting the United States, and I know that because I got a security clearance and I've been in those type of briefings. So I'm not talking out of my whatever watch CNN or something. I know that.
Destabilizing right now is Venezuela, and nobody's talking about that because of Kiev. But that's a big deal down south.
Hey, I got to tell you, and I'm not spilling anything classified, but prior to me going to Iraq to be on that border transition team, I spent a week with the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol up in Arizona. And, the first day we were at U.S. Customs, and I got to tell you, it was amazing because our corpsman was giving birth to a new American citizen while we were 5 feet away ripping the back end of a truck out pulling 137 pounds of marijuana. So, very interesting day, that is. But the very next day, we went to do work with the Border Patrol. They were teaching us how to track sign and all. But then we went and did actual patrols with them. And the first night we did a patrol, we caught 30-something illegal aliens trying to come across. We caught one American. Now, he was a nationalized American. And Jarhead6, your thing is eating back. Your echo went over here.
Really? I'm not even talking.
I know. That's how I know it's you. I'm watching your volume meter go up. But anyway, that one American, he was of Arab descent, nationalized American. He lived in Detroit. He didn't have any ID or anything on him, and he was trying to sneak across the border. He apparently went to the Middle East for 3 months via Mexico and was trying to get back into our country via Mexico. What does that tell you about that particular person? Why did he leave the country in a way to where the U.S. government could not track him leaving the country? And why was he trying to re-enter our country where the U.S. government couldn't track him? Makes you think, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But I kid you not, we did catch that guy. So Mexico is a route.
Well, I can't remember. I think it was about a week ago. It was something in the news talking about actually utilizing strikes against American citizens in different countries, not in the United States, but apparently we have a few guys that are some kind of way American citizens, and they actually have ties with Al Qaeda, and you know they training with terrorist groups. And that kind of blows my mind because, like, how do you made it to that point? But for me, I mean, if you're training with a terrorist groups, any type of terrorist groups, to include one of the big ones like that, I mean, you're an enemy, man. You are my enemy, and if we have to do whatever we have to do to stop you from targeting and hurting our nation, that's what we got to do. So.
Yeah, well, I can say they did take that guy, and he was held in a different cell. He wasn't there the next day. We don't know what they did with him, but I'm pretty sure he didn't get back to Michigan, where he was from.
Hope not.
Yeah.
That's a little hotbed, though, right? Michigan? Isn't that a little hotbed of...
I think so. I mean, but, you know, it's hard to say because, like, one of our interpreters, that guy was awesome. He was an Iraqi-born American citizen, and he was awesome. He was all for the American dream, lived the American dream, owned a business. It went bankrupt. He started doing the interpreter thing so he could start his business back up again because he was getting...
my neighbor in California, his dad was Iraqi, but he was an Iraqi Christian. So, I mean, he got out probably 15 years ago, but man, he had no love for that place.
Yeah,
as you can expect, because I mean they're getting killed left and right.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think too, man. Like a lot of guys says, oh, you know, screw those guys and this and that. There are guys out there in Iraq and Afghanistan that they're just basic civilians that they don't want to fight. They just want to live their life just like anybody else, and they find themselves in that type of situation where they're getting killed, and you know they become refugees or whatever. And because I mean I remember going in patrols many times, and they will come down and you know shake my hand and thank you for what you're doing here and things like that. So not everyone there is the bad guy, but then again, you know, if you're a guy up there doing operations, you shouldn't trust anyone. You have to take care of yourself, but not everybody's the bad guy there.
where their allegiance is. We had a village not too far from us, and the village chieftain, he didn't want nothing to do with us, but there was one guy who did, and none of the other village, or like if we go to one area, the people, or an area where the sheik was at, all the people would come over, and we'd always give them, people in America were always sending us stuff, and so it was too much for us to use, so we'd share it with those guys. And but then when we went to this other house, nobody would ever come around. They would never go to this guy's house, but he was super friendly to us, and we think he was like the smuggler of the area, because he had a bunch of camels, to include an albino camel, which was pretty cool. And why would you need camels? They don't leave tire tracks. But, I mean, that guy was so cool. He had 2 wives. He had an old one and a young one. The young one lived in the house. The old one lived in a tent outside. Yeah.
That sounds like Jarhead6.
Yeah. But, according to their religion, that's fine. And, I mean, but every time we went there, he was always very polite. They brought out food, shish kebabs, fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, and I mean, their salsa that they made, man, that stuff was so good. But we always knew he was nice to us because he didn't want us patrolling in that area. If we're patrolling that area and catch him cutting across the border, then we'd have to stop him. So.
Yeah, we did a mission one time, and driving down, and the bad guys actually used four landmines, and they put them in the middle of the road. But what the people did in the town is that they used these big rocks, and they put them around. So like that, we will stop and actually see the landmine, and and deal with it. So then again, like having like Jacob is saying, having the support of the town, possibly save somebody's life that day. But then again, in the other hand, they know that if we get hit inside that town, they know if we get hit, we will come back and take care of business, look for the bad guys. So they don't want that neither. They don't want 3-4 platoons of Marines inside that little village, flipping the town over. So, but
that's a fact.
It's a win-win. Yeah, having the support of people is critical, man. You want to have that.
Did you shoot that 357 yet, Jarhead6?
No, man. 3 times I've been scheduled to go to the range, and 3 times have snow or rain. Was the last time a couple of days ago I was gonna go, and out of nowhere we had like tornado warnings and a bunch of things. So I guess they don't want me to shoot it, but I tell you what, man, I'm loving it. Yeah. I'm freaking loving it, man. It conceals so nice, man. Like I don't want to say I forget that it's there, because I don't, but it's very comfortable. I'm wearing what, 3:30, 4 o'clock back there.
Yeah.
I mean, it is kind of heavy compared to other revolvers, but I like it so far, man.
You could probably ankle holster that thing too, right?
No, man, I have back surgery. I can't bend over that good. So, yeah, it would take me like 5 minutes to draw my pistol, my revolver.
What are you talking about, man? Fall down.
Yeah, right. I won't be able to stand up.
Yeah, but you don't need to.
So
once you start shooting, you don't need to stand up. You just shoot them, and then the cops show up and be like, "Look, I'm already in a hard defensive position, man."
And I mean, I'm just trying it for now, man. I love to have a G26, and I think we talked about this in the past. I love to have a Glock 26 or one of the small ones. And on the 26, you could put that Glock 19 magazine.
I don't really like the 26 that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you,
19.
I mean, I don't either.
Yeah.
But for concealment, you could use the Glock 19 magazine, so you have that full grip, and you put that the magazine sleeve or whatever it's called.
Just for me, the 19 seems just as concealable. I mean, I know the hand grip's a little longer, but 3:30, 4 o'clock, it's not that big a deal.
I should try, man. I mean, that's what my wife carries, so I should try. I guess I should get a holster and try it out. But I'm enjoying this, man. I don't know, man. It's something about a revolver, man. It's cool.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
pretty cool.
Like you got a wheel gun, man.
Something
It's
about a
pretty cool.
357 too. 357 is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. I know handgun newbie is like, what?
I'm all about it, buddy. I got no problem with it. Shoot on, brother. Shoot on.
I do. The
Handgun
thing
newbie,
about it,
Sarah
man,
could it. He'd have that
right.
thing flat dark earth, man.
Just wait till I get my stippling job done. Then that's gonna actually be a decent gun.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing with those, right? Slippery grips.
Oh god, it's terrible. It's bad.
Yeah.
Even with some traction grips on it, it's still bad. Just because it's terrible. That gun is terrible.
Hey, what do you want for $250?
I bought the thing for 125.
125. That's a hell of a deal.
175.
Really?
Oh, okay.
But I did have a $40 gift certificate, so. Which is the only reason I bought
that's one of the things, man. $269. I mean, it's kind of hard to find something decent for that amount of money.
I got about 2 Sigmas for that much.
Yeah.
I got 2 high points.
Yeah.
2 high points. There you go.
Oh yeah, man. Those
Still
things
gotta
are
get
horrible,
my high
man.
point, man. Gosh.
My brother-in-law has one. What is it? The C9, the 9mm one. And I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You could use it as a gun truck, or you have a spare gun somewhere, and if something happened, you have a couple of other pistols. But it's just so ugly, man. It's fucking horrible.
Looks like a blaster, man, from a sci-fi flick.
It's the only gun you don't have to shoot to scare away an intruder.
Yeah, just pull it out.
Yeah.
It
Oh, now
blinds
it's
them.
ugly. Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me? They would pull out their wallet and give you their money because they feel sorry for it. They'd be like, holy crap, that's all you got here. Go get you a real gun.
So,
You know, I want to give me a high point just so I can say I owned one. And I know that's sad. But yeah. Like Jarhead said, maybe it'd make a good truck gun.
Hey, anybody who's looking to get into a cheap 45, man, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
45.
I would say that you cannot go wrong with a Glock, but I'm scared that handgun newbie and Jake Hawk would attack me.
No, I'm not going to attack you for it, brother.
For a Glock, I don't have a problem with that. If I could find a Gen 3
All I got
Glock,
to tell you, and you can do this right now, all I got to tell you is you can go to Google. Let me see if I get it right here. You go to Google, and in the search box, you type in brass to the head. Nope, that didn't do it. Gosh,
Oh
I can't remember
yeah.
now.
You talking about
brass
some
to the
people say that-
face. Brass to the face. And the first recommendation in Google is Glock.
Of course it is.
Yeah, I
just
heard something about the Gen 4 having an issue that it's supposed to hit you in the face or something. They had a
Gen
recall.
4 has a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Gen 4 was supposed to fix that.
No, I'm not sure. I know I saw something here in YouTube saying that the first one that came out actually had that issue, and they had to do some type of modification to fix that issue. But I mean, I'm I don't know much about it. You know anything about that handgun, newbie?
You're talking about the Glock. The what?
The whole getting hit on the face with the Glocks. Which one
Brass
was
to
it?
the face.
Was it Gen 4? Yeah.
I don't know about that. I just know Gen 4 has some other issues because they originally came out with. Didn't they come out with a plastic or polymer guide rod, and they changed it, or they had a double
I think
spring?
it's still
I don't know.
polymer.
I don't know. There's a lot of issues with the Gen 4.
There's a reason all these manufacturers use polymer guide rods. I mean, I know it's a big aftermarket to go buy a steel guide rod.
It was a double spray. I don't know. There's something. The Glock Gen 4s have reliability issues compared to the Gen 3s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's because they're rushing them out to the market. You shouldn't rush them to the market. I mean, if you keep them back and make sure that they're reliable, they wouldn't have these issues, right?
Glock also has a very loyal following of people, so I mean, you know, I think they assumed their reputation would get them through.
Yeah, look how many of these Glock 42s they're selling, man.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah,
but I mean,
go ahead.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, Jayhawk, because that's kind of like watching a movie. You know, if you see a guy that is pretty famous and he makes a movie, you kind of assume that it's going to be a good movie. So,
Right.
but then again, you know, you're right. Sometimes it's like, oh man, what was I thinking with this movie? You know, kind of thing. So I mean, a lot of guys thought it was going to be a really good pistol, and I did heard that has a lot of issues. I mean, I got 2 Gen 4s, so I haven't had any issues through it, but I haven't put 1,000 rounds through it neither. So one thing that I don't like though, and this is why I don't say too much reviews. A lot of guys here on YouTube, they bash a weapon and they talk about a weapon, and they don't really do a full review. Just because you shot 50 rounds through a pistol, that's not really a review of that
That's
pistol.
a fact. Yeah.
Yeah,
You have to shoot. What's that?
You didn't even break it in at that point.
Nope.
1,000 rounds. That's it.
Yeah,
You know-
at least.
You know, I gotta tell you though, it's like when I bought my first XDM, they still hadn't came out with the Gen 4s yet, and the guy that I bought my XDM from, he had told me, now this is my first one, because remember, I bought 2 of them. You know, I put the Gen 3 in my hand, and it just didn't fit right. And the guy told me, he's like, well, if you can wait a month, they're coming out with the XD or the Gen 4s, and they're supposed to be changing the grip. You know, and so maybe, you know, because I already knew the Glock reputation is a good reputation. I will never say anything bad about a Glock, just that I don't like them because I can't fit my hands around them comfortably. And if you can't grip the pistol the correct way, you can't shoot it correctly. You know?
Yep.
So you need a 42 then. That's why they came out with 42.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Jarhead, check the internal.
But anyway, the you know, with them producing a crappy gun, they would have captured me if I would have waited a month, because I probably would have gripped it and gone, hey, okay, and then I'd start having issues with a gun. But they've already paid me, or I've already paid them for it. Yeah. So.
Good evening.
Hey, what's going on, Tom? You
Hey,
finally
Tom.
Tom?
Got your internet going?
I had to reload everything, and now I got an echo that I can't figure out.
It's a Jarhead.
That might be Jarhead6. You know.
What?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's what this mean. Hey, and
Change your
quick
output.
question from the change my output. Here we go. Man, I need instructions in Spanish in here. Media.
Hey guys, Tom's
Which
here,
one
so
is
I
it? Is
gotta
it is?
jet out. And no, I'm joking. I do gotta jet out to make some coffee. I'm out. So I'll be right back.
All right, bro. All
All
right.
right.
Hey, hang on, Newman. Which one do I pick? Is it the microphone?
No, that's the microphone. You want to change your speakers.
Oh, speakers. All right. So what do I pick?
What options do
Built-in
you have?
output.
Pick your headset.
I got default, device, AirPlay, and built-in output.
Say
and
it
then
again.
the USB one.
Change
I
it
got
to
the
USB 1.
built-in.
USB.
Oh, USB. Wait. Okay, maybe I'm better now. I don't know.
Could be.
Let me see.
We'll roll
Somebody else
with it
talk
for
there.
now. Yeah.
Well, I don't even know if I don't. Yeah, there I go. Oh, I got volume.
There's a little bit of an echo.
Hey, what do you guys think about
My
the High
headsets.
Point carbine? Any thoughts on those?
I'm
I had
going
looked
to own
at-
one here in the next couple of months.
It's Santa.
Hey, gentlemen.
Oh, oh. There you go.
How's everyone doing this evening?
Good.
Okay.
This is Aaron from
And
Good Shooter. This is the guy that made fun of me and hurt my feelings on YouTube.
That was hilarious.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Well, he keeps talking about how a great shot he is and how he's going to beat us all in this in the contest, and we've yet to see him make his appearance.
I don't even have to shoot to win. I just thought I was so. I'm a YouTube celebrity. I don't have to do it.
I'm internet famous. That's it right there.
I'm worldwide famous. I got the beard to prove it.
So what's the topic of conversation this evening?
What are we talking about now?
High point.
High points.
High point carbines? Yeah.
Oh, are you going to beat something to death with instead of shooting it?
Mm. I should check. I haven't checked with High Point since before Christmas. They're supposed to be coming out with a 25-round magazines this quarter, I think.
You know, they weren't really super excited to see anyone at SHOT Show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, from what I understand, they like as soon as the press walked up, they kind of like were all suddenly very busy. I you know what? I like High Points. I like the pistols. I will admit it. They're anything that built that solid is pretty amazing.
See?
Well, it worked for one lady in Detroit, wasn't it?
It did. Yeah.
She used a High Point carbine. That's
yeah,
right.
she did.
High Point Firearms. Wait,
Too bad she didn't know how to shoot it, though.
Dayton, Ohio. Is that where they're at? We got an office in Dayton. I should go see them.
See,
I looked at them locally, but they seem okay. But I just have higher things on my priority list to buy.
well, here in Detroit, we just walk down the street and you can find a high beam laying on the ground, or I'm sorry, a High Point.
I'll tell you what, man. I like that Kel-Tec sub 2000 better. I think that's a solid.
But good luck trying
gun.
to get one. Man, you're
Yeah,
gonna
you
pay
can't
for
find it
those.
anywhere.
Yeah, especially for the Glock magazine version, because everybody wants that one.
Well, that's the thing about Kel-Tecs is they like make two of everything and that's it.
Yeah.
My first gun was a Kel-Tec. I was really excited. I got the PLR 16 was my first gun I ever bought. Because I wanted to get an AR, and my wife's like, you got to get a pistol. So I got that one, which is basically an AR pistol.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of won out, I think. But yeah, I really do like Kel-Tecs, just their innovation and design, but their availability is tough.
Well, they sell for like 50% above MSRP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got mine for like $500. I was pretty happy.
But a sub 2K, I don't know. You're gonna pay north of $450, I think.
Hmm.
I really want I really want a 40 caliber pistol carbine. That's what I would like. I think 40 cal is built for having like a pistol caliber carbine, I think.
I don't know, man. I don't want to get anything that I have to buy more ammo. I mean, I already got 9 mils. I got a 308. I got a 30-06. I got the shotguns. I don't want to go away from any other type of ammo that I have to go and find, like 40 and 45. I mean, I got a 357.
I'm
Next
not looking
thing you know,
to add any cartridges. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just too much already. I don't got that money.
Well, I only have 40 and 9, so it's fine for me.
Yeah. I'm talking me specifically. So,
I mean,
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna prep. I'm not prepping with the 357. I'm gonna have probably make it to like 500 rounds and stay there. I prep for 9 mil, so I'm not gonna buy too much 357. So.
Well, 9's a nice common round too, so
Yeah.
you want to go with 9s because I mean this is the most popular. So if you're maybe in a situation you're going to pick up some rounds, you're going to find 9s because they are popular. Myself, I don't like to talk about it because I'm up here in Canada, but I will say it this once. 9s and 40s and 12 gauges is what I've got, and I agree. I don't want to really step outside of that, but I think 9s are something everybody should kind of have as standard.
I gotta say, if you're doing the prepping thing, 75% of law enforcement use 40 Smith & Wesson. So if you aren't prepping with a 40, you are not prepping.
Well, too late for me, Jayhawk. I ain't changing. I'm not changing right now, man.
That's why I have a 9mm and a 40. I may get me a 357, but if I do, I'm gonna get one with a longer barrel.
I'd get one for fun, the 357, but you're right. I mean, you're not going to find it up here as common. You're just not.
Well, all you need to prep your 357 is your little Lee hand press, right? You just make throw some mud in there, just make your own bullets, man.
Hey, I do got a question for you guys, though, because when it comes to shotguns, I hate saying it, but I'm really not a duty expert on it. But I bought some Remington sluggers today. Because it's a slug, right? And then when I got home, I was like, well, damn, this thing looks like it's a rifled round. I don't have any threaded barrels. I can still shoot this through my Mossberg, right?
Yeah.
It just won't be as accurate.
Well, I mean, as accurate as if it was rifled, or as accurate as buckshot.
Well, I mean, I got a home defense shotgun, so anything beyond 50 meters, I'm not shooting. But I should be able to hit it 50 meters, right?
Oh yeah.
Does it have
that's 150 feet. Is that right? Am I doing the math right? 150 feet.
Yeah.
That's I don't know. What kind of sights do you have on that shotgun?
On my shotgun, I have Ghost Ring.
I'm not sure. I mean, that's some distance, even with even with the rifled barrel.
150.
Well, according to this thing, the slug itself is supposed to maintain its distance out to 100 meters. It put a nice little flow chart here.
Yeah, standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get 100 yards out of her.
Granted, I wouldn't use it for anything. 50 meters and in is what I would use it for. But.
Yeah, but Jayhawk, you're using it for home defense. So I mean, really, what do you?
I mean, how long is that hallway in your house?
Yeah, right.
It ain't 50 meters.
Hey, I'll tell you a really cool video to check out, who, by the way, is on our show next week. But Jeff with Arm Dynamics has a video up of Remington and Winchester double-aught Bach patterning, and then this federal buckshot kind of stuff that's called flight control. And I think he does at, I want to say 5, 7, 10, 15 yards. And he shows the patterning of each of them, and that flight control looks pretty nasty. It holds a pretty good group for a distance.
Yeah.
I put a link on the internal there, but that might be some ammo to check out.
Okay, I'll check it out. I was curious because, like, both of my shotguns are home defense, so both of my shotguns have smooth bore. There's no rifling in them.
The slug itself is rifled. It's got grooves cut in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if this ammo, the Remington Sluggers, is a rifled round or not, but I was just curious. I should still be able to shoot it, even though I've shot before.
Oh yeah.
I got this stuff at Walmart, $12 for 15 rounds. That gun store that I went to today, Wolf ammo, 12 gauge double-aught buck, $9 for 5 rounds.
Yeah.
I was like, "Are you guys kidding me?"
Right.
I'm gonna ask the question here. I'm gonna put the elephant in the room here. Jayhawk, why are you going to that shop again?
This was my first time there. It took me a year to find it because they're hidden back away, and I just wanted to see what they had. I went in there. I'm like, yeah, no, I ain't going there again. I mean, I have a gun shop that I go to. The guy is kind of rude, but his prices are the best I've seen in the area. And so I was just checking it out. I mean, they wanted $50 to do a transfer fee.
Oh my God!
I got another place where I go where it's $20. It's just 5 miles away from me. So I'm like, yeah, I won't be doing anything.
That's crazy.
When you have a chance, check out that video, though. I bet you'll watch this video, and you're gonna go out and buy that flight control ammo. I'd put money on it.
Okay, well.
Hey guys, real quick. I got your 6 cover in here.
What's up, guys?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you want to do it. Yeah, if you want to do a quick intro.
Yeah, how's it going, guys? Sorry for the tardiness. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you good.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it.
You want to tell us about your channel?
Sure. It's only been around for about a year. It's it's work in progress. Definitely learning how it works out and how things evolve as far as coming up here on the show and talking with you guys. Learned a lot, but yeah, it's just basically a learning in progress deal. Figuring out first off how to put a channel on, how to make a video, put it on YouTube. I mean, from ground zero up. It's just a process that I'm slowly learning. But the channel is basically a prepping channel. It has a little bit to do with basically everything. I've been in the fire service for 25 years, and I'm more of a guy that's on the prevention side of things and preparing and that kind of stuff. So whether it's civil unrest or whether it's just an earthquake, so or any other thing that can happen. But that's basically me.
Cool. Welcome.
That's cool.
That's awesome. Hey, just so you know, Daniel M. said you want to use smooth Sabot slugs in rifled barrels. So I'm like, okay, cool.
You'll see on the side of the box if it's for rifled barrels or rifled chokes. It's going to say that, like right on the side of the box.
I'm here to tell you, I looked after I got home. There ain't nothing on here.
Yeah, so yours is for smooth bores. That's why it's got you see the rifling on them. Mm-hmm. It's to try and spin that slug in your smooth bore.
Okay, I was just curious because this is my first time buying these type of slugs. My other slugs, I have like true home defense.
You should go shoot some concrete blocks with that stuff. You might be surprised what it goes through.
Well, the one I want
using that for home defense.
Well,
I said, how thick is your walls?
Yeah, that might go through your whole house or your whole apartment.
SHT of home defense. I might be doing a perimeter type patrol with a shotgun.
That's right.
A good test is a standard concrete block.
Okay.
Because generally a 5.56 will not go through that. It'll go through one side and it won't go through the back side of a concrete block.
Yeah.
A 12 gauge slug will just cut that sucker in half.
Well, my actual defense rounds for my shotguns, I have a 3/4 ounce ball slug with 6 double-aught buck pellets behind it, and made by Centurion. I have yet to shoot one to see what it'll actually do to a target, but I've heard that it pretty much destroys just about anything.
Yeah, most of the Civil War was fought with buck and ball.
That's awesome.
Yep. Matter of fact, I posted a video today. I got you shared or whatever. History of the shotgun off the Discovery Channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's weird. You should bring that up. That pretty much explains the whole thing with the shotgun, though. But yeah, them rifled slugs that you have, that's what it says on the box, probably rifled slugs.
No, it doesn't.
I shoot them out of my smooth bores.
I was gonna say all it says is slugger. And that's what made me buy it. I was thinking, you know what? That's like a Louisville. All right, I'm good. I'll get me some. Great price, 15 rounds for $12. That's not bad. Yeah.
Don't forget though, you're shooting a 70 caliber round out of that thing. I think it's right around 1,300 or 1,400 feet a second.
Yeah. Well, you know,
I was gonna go and buy me a new gun, but my kid broke his glasses, so now I gotta pay for his glasses.
Make him wear a gun on his face.
Real world problems right there.
Yeah.
Hey, Jarhead, don't let anybody determine you, deter you. You're doing the right thing. You're being a good parent.
Yeah. Well, I have to do it. He has a lazy eye and he can't see from his left side, so I have to go buy it.
My boy has the same problem there with his left eye. Yeah, exact same problem. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because he has to patch his eye. Not funny, but he has to patch his eye. So I guess if he patch the good eye, the bad eye has to like work because it's like a lazy eye. Yeah. The eye doesn't really want to work. So I never heard that before until he had that issue. But
true. Yeah.
If they get him when they very young, it's a possibility that they could correct it with the time. So let's see. God is good.
My oldest,
let's see.
My oldest son had to wear a patch for about 4 years to correct his.
I wear a patch, but it's to quit smoking.
Did it correct your lazy? Did it correct your lazy lighter?
Just made me even lazier. Oh, the e-cigarettes, no.
Yeah. Then you can be addicted to one of those all day long.
Hey, I got something for you guys. My mom, she's a diabetic, and not a bad one though. And doing the prepping thing, I'm like, okay, well, we gotta figure out a way to keep your stuff good. Well, 2 weeks ago, she was watching some channel that had, they were talking about the new inventions and stuff, and they apparently are working on, and they're actually in the testing phase of it, but some kind of contact that you can wear that would actually cure your diabetes. Have you guys heard anything about
contact?
A contact. I'm that doesn't make any sense to me, but somehow it actually, they're saying it does work. But it's just like they got 3D printers that can print you a liver that works. So, I mean, it's amazing the stuff we're coming up with now.
Hey, technology, who knows nowadays, right?
Right.
I mean, your eyes are the first thing affected with diabetes, so.
I mean, but that's a really good point about a lot of people out there don't really realize, you prep for your gear, you prep for, you have ammo, you have guns, but do you have your medication?
It's a big one.
I gotta tell you, my mom has a 3-year supply right now.
Good stuff. That's hard, man. That's hard to do, and I wish you could share that with everybody how she managed that, because that is a huge point that was brought up there. Oh man.
You know what I'll do? I'll get in touch with her tomorrow, and I'll do a video on it, on how she did it. Because right now, like in her refrigerator, she's not she doesn't require a whole lot of insulin, and but she gets it every month, and it has a long shelf life as long as you keep it refrigerated. And so if you go into a refrigerator, you're going to see a shelf full of insulin that is ready to go. But another thing that I can tell you is she changed her diet dramatically to where all she's eating is fruits and vegetables, and every now and then some meat, and very little bread. And after a year of doing that, she loses a little bit of weight, because for diabetics, especially older ones, it's hard to lose weight. But her doctor has told her that her insulin intake requirement is now half of what it used to be.
But now you have to take into consideration she has all this insulin, and things do hit the fan, so to speak. How does she keep it cold? How does she keep it refrigerated?
Okay, well, there are numbers of ways that you can do it, You can dig a hole for one that is 8 feet deep.
And everything will be 32 degrees at that temperature, right? Or that depth?
I think it'll be around 50 degrees.
Okay.
The insulin needs to be kept at 30 to 40 degrees, somewhere in there.
Okay.
And so what you can do is just put a cooler in the ground at that level, and then pack it with ice or cold water if you're next to a creek or something like that, and that'll just keep it a little bit cooler too. I mean, that's something we're working on as far as that goes. We do have a generator, but I don't want to fire a generator up if I can help it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scream to everybody right here.
Yeah. I mean, a generator is like, hello, everybody. I'm the new target on the block.
So
you hear a lot of stuff about prepping, which is great, but I think a lot of people are kind of forgetting about just the stuff around the house. Like the security levels before that. I mean, it depends on what you're prepping for, but whether you're prepping for a bad guy that's coming in your house, or if you're preparing for world chaos, it's going to be different. But it always seems like everybody forgets about layers of security, like lights and surveillance cameras and that kind of stuff.
Even beyond that,
right.
I mean, just a simple hedge near the front door, someone could be behind. You got to take in consideration all that stuff. Having ample lighting outside, a motion sensing light is. Even if you can't afford a camera for your house or a sensor. I'm sorry to interrupt. But let's see. I'm sorry to interrupt, Dwayne, but because I know you had something to say too.
Oh, sorry.
But it's there's a lot of stuff out there that people who can't afford high-end stuff can get. Motion sensing lights is a huge thing. It's
and they're cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
And some of them for that price, they even take a picture, just that has a little photo chip in it. And whether you wake up in the morning and your car's broken into or whatever, at least the police, you can give it to the police officer and say, hey, it's this D-bag that stole my car or whatever.
Yeah. Another good one that is like super cheap, cheaper than those lights that you're talking about. Those lights, they're going to get stolen. People are going to see them. Hey, they're solar powered. Cool, we're taking them. Because that's going to happen. But there's other things you can use that are actually cheaper than even those. And if you can go to Harbor Freight, they have these little alarms that you put on your windows. You put it on your window. You tie the string down to the base of the window. If somebody lifts it, it sounds an alarm.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Those things are $1.50 at Harbor Freight.
You can go to
couple $10 make a tripwire. You're good.
Dollar Tree has them. They screw right onto the window. They're magnetic.
Mm-hmm.
When you open the window, it has a hell of a bang to it. The alarm on it.
Yeah, the loud.
It makes a god awful sound.
Yeah, I got a quick question from the Daily Shooter. So he's wanting to get a cheap AR for his wife. Should he build it or buy it? I think I know what my opinion is, but I thought
you
buy
do.
everybody and see what you think.
I just saw an AR for sale, complete AR, that you have to assemble it yourself for $399.
Oh man!
Palmetto State, right?
That.
Yeah, Palmetto State had them for $399. All you had to do was assemble it. The whole kit was there.
So you would need a hammer, you would need a wheeler tool, and that's about it. Maybe a vise.
I put together a AR a little while ago, and the only tools I had was a screwdriver, a hammer, and a simple hand crank vise.
Yeah.
That was it. I mean,
I did my whole lower just a couple weeks ago just with a hammer and the little wheeler takedown tool thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know of a website where you can buy one that's already built for $500.
Yeah, I mean they're $500 to $550 all day long. So you got to ask yourself, okay, if I got to buy tools and I got to spend an hour.
Frustration for me. That's key.
Yeah.
Man, if you can get a kit, what's this kit from Palmetto? $300-ish? Gosh, that's cheap.
Yeah, actually, I'm building a new one right now. Except it's 6.5 Grendel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be my distance AR. I'm really excited. 1,000-yard one.
For sure.
And I just got a barrel in from Wilson 204, which should be interesting for varmint. So that should be fun too.
I'm thinking my next one's going to be a 6.5 by 6.8, that new Wildcat. That's what I'm doing a 6.8 right now.
Yeah, so the 6.8 is really for a shorter distance, right?
Yeah, it's it's like a 5.56 that packs a punch out to 300. So you could go out to 500, but I mean it packs a wallop.
I mean, if I was going to do a 6.8, I would probably put it into an SBR format.
Absolutely, that's the other thing about the 6.8 is you don't need anything more than 12, 13 inches of barrel. So that's its real claim to fame.
On that note, guys, real quick, I gotta jump out. I gotta bail out to. Yeah, I gotta go. So.
All right.
Here, brother.
Awesome seeing you guys.
Catch you later.
See ya.
Well, if you could buy a full kit for under $400, I think that would be the way to go.
I mean, because ARs are ARs, really.
Yeah.
I don't want to hate Americans, but I mean, when you start talking about ARs, all these prices, and I hate it. The fact that I'm Canadian, I guess, is a better way of saying it.
Well, all you got to do is put a 5-round magazine in it, right, and register it, and only shoot it at a range. You can't shoot it anywhere else.
You still ain't gonna find those prices here, though, brother.
That's
It's
true.
just not gonna happen.
Can't you buy US and have it shipped to Canada?
No, I don't think so. Canada? That's
Canada.
good.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's
I think
good.
it's Kanaka, isn't it?
Well, I'm in
Canada.
Detroit. I'm in Detroit, so I'm 20 minutes away from Canada. So.
Oh, perfect. Well, look at after the show, me and you will talk. It's we have the world's largest undefended border in the world, I think. So I mean,
who's that guy doing 3 years in jail now for going to the border with his pistol?
I was gonna say this sounds like a straw purchase to me.
Well, it's
on live YouTube. You've got a couple of veterans. You've got a couple of veterans here. We know the NSA is
Isn't
watching.
he a police officer? Isn't he trying to get himself in trouble?
What you got to do is you got to figure out where the border is, and accidentally drop it so that it falls over the border, so that the other guy can find it when he walks down the same spot.
Right. I mean, you don't need all the parts either. You have a lot of parts on your end. I can just, the parts you don't have.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's
you could
funny.
technically
It's funny. You guys.
Oh, go ahead.
You guys talking about this, and we lost like three, 4 viewers.
Oh, no way.
Oh, they come and they go.
Well, here's the thing: is you could probably buy an 80% lower on the U.S. side and just mill it out on your end. I don't think that's illegal.
No, it's if there's a serial number involved, yeah, then it is.
No, there's no serial numbers on an 80% lowers.
Okay, then no, good to go. Yeah.
Yeah, ARES, ARES Armory has a bunch, and I don't know what their restrictions are but again, it's a strip lower. Juggernaut Tactical has a beautiful one which I was milling out a little while ago and messed up and went through the side of it. So.
You just need the jig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's fun to build.
It's some mill bits too. So, but I mean.
Yeah.
I'm taking lessons right now, watching 504, and there's another fellow I'm starting to watch now too. I'm trying to copy all of 504's videos, and I'm gonna have to actually go over and comment in his box because there's something I need him to go back over with a fine-tooth comb because I don't understand.
I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so you should come stateside and pick yourself up an 80% lower, legal. No serial numbers. It's just a piece of metal.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
And then come back over. I mean, everything else I think is available for you on the other side, or you can get.
There is, yeah. There's a couple places I've already been checking out. I've been talking to a buddy of mine down back home in Ontario, which is just above you there, and he was telling me a couple of angles. So I'm gonna work with him on it, and he's gonna get back from his trip to Portugal, I think, next 2 weeks from now, and we're gonna sit down and actually come up with some names and stuff and locations. So hopefully that'll work out.
Yeah, and congrats on the gold medal, by the way.
Red, white, and gold. I guess that's the colors now of our flag, so that's perfect.
Yeah, your women rock. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
you guys
They
hockey
do.
kick-ass.
It's true, yeah.
We almost had you guys though.
Oh, it was superior.
You just lost some serious cool points with that dirt cheap or cheaper than dirt freaking.
Cheaper than dirt. I think they were selling somebody's AR, man. Maybe Smith and Wesson or something. I don't know, but it was like $5.49, $6 shipping, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's still cheaper than dirt.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but it gives you a indication of where the market's at. So
Yeah, well, sales are down.
Yeah,
Mhm.
classicarms.com has a AR-15 for $500 complete.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
It
but what's the
depends on
quality?
the
I mean, what's the quality of those guns? $500 guns was. I mean,
Well,
what's the quality?
The only issue I think you're going to see is with the trigger pull. That's about it, and that's an easy fix, you know.
There's only a few companies that make all this stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jarhead6, I don't know if you know this, but, like Bushmaster's lower receivers are made at the same company that makes the lower receivers for DPMS, Colt, and everybody else. They just put a different logo on the lower receiver when they ship it out. So, I don't know. You tell me. I think that one is...
Yeah, I got a Stag lower, and that's made by CMT, and CMT probably makes a dozen different manufacturers' receivers.
No, CMT makes the Stag, the DPMS, Colt, lower receivers. They just put a different logo on it. It's subcontracted out. It's the same stuff.
Well, same with barrels. You know, all barrel blanks
yeah.
are. There's only 2 or 3 companies that make barrels in the whole. You at least in the U.S., North America. I'll
Right.
include you in there, Canada. Don't want to leave you out. But yeah, I mean, and the only difference is the milling process. You know how much time they take between, like for example, a Packnor barrel, which costs about $300. You're going to get the same barrel from Krieger for around $700 because they're going to put more time and effort and retooling their tools and a little bit sharper, bits in there. So I mean that's the difference you're going to see. Otherwise, quality, pretty much is going to be pretty standard across the board.
Yep.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have I got a full AR at the bottom part. I forgot what it's called now.
Yep,
Lower.
The lower receiver. Yeah, the lower. There we go. I got a full lower getting sent by Ted this week. So I'm gonna need the upper. So I don't even know
Uppers
where
are
to
cheap
start.
though. You know.
Yep.
And then you have to decide whether you want a slick side or do you want the assist, and all that crazy stuff. Brownells is a great place to look at the receivers and stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna check out those guys because I'm gonna need an upper. I'm gonna need the bolt and the charging handle and sights.
Well, you got to pick a caliber first, man. So.
That's true.
Yeah, it's 223, man. Simple.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
I mean, I'm 223. What is it? 1 in 9 twist or something like that?
Drive over to Palmetto, man. You're right there. Just drive
Yeah,
over. Buy a whole upper. Just buy an assembled upper.
You know who has really good uppers and a really good price is if you're very close to Palmetto, I would go there. The only problem with me ordering through them is it takes forever for them to ship.
Oh, exactly.
That's my only complaint. Are they here in North Carolina? Where
South
are they
Carolina.
At? In North Carolina?
South Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But if I was going to order one online, I would order from Anderson. They have nice uppers. Anderson Manufacturing. And if you buy a complete rifle from them, they have the system. It's called RF85 or something like that. You never have to clean your gun. You can clean it with water, soap and water. That's it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, never have to degrease it, oil it, or anything. They have a special component in there. They say that you never have to clean it.
Cool.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to spend too much money either. I want to spend maybe close to $400, less than $500 to finish it. So,
well,
I'm not in a budget, but
I'm not. Well,
but again, I don't want to spend too much money.
The problem too is once you start going that route is you get your upper, you get your barrel, you get your gas block, you get your gas tube, you get your whatever your fore end, you get like that your fore end, you get your sights. Then you have to think about sights, optics. I mean, by the end, you're gonna even if you buy like a $100 upper, you still are going to end up probably with another $300 or $400 worth of components to put in there. The bolts are $85. The fore ends are between $50 to $300 depending on what you want. You know, the barrels themselves can range in price. That's why I would suggest you find one that's already complete, that comes with your you know the barrel, the bolt carrier group and all that stuff. That way, any extra money you have your budget right there, and you say, okay, well now I want to get an ACOG, or I want to get iron flip up sights, or whatever you want. Then you know where your budget's at.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna go for.
And you don't have to buy all that stuff at once either. I mean, you just get the upper and some sights. If you plan on going with an optic someday, get flip-up sights. If not, don't worry about it. But once you got an upper and sights, you can go shoot the thing and worry about all that other stuff later.
Yeah, I think that just to get it built, I think I'm gonna go with a complete upper and some flip sides or something, and then later on I'll buy some type of optic or whatever, but because I want to get it built fast, in case of zombies or something.
There you go.
Hey, brother, make sure you get a 5.56.
Yeah, 5.56 223.
No. Yeah, you gotta, because you said you were gonna buy a 223.
Hey, he'll get it wild chambered. He can shoot anything he wants. So.
But if you get a 223 only, you can't shoot 5.56.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that makes.
That was when there was ammo everywhere.
Yeah. Hey, but then when you start buying 223 ammo, you're gonna be like, holy Toledo!
The hot trend right now in barrels is to have them, of course, M4 feed ramps. Everybody's got that, and then the wild chamber is, or wildy, however you want to pronounce it. I pronounce it wild, but that's handles both 223 and 5.56 just fine.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't want to get complicated.
That's why you buy the pre-builds, man. That way it just takes a lot out of it.
Slap it on, drive your pins home, and go shoot.
Yeah. And and I would suggest Palmetto. It would be the best way to go because they really do have some really good deals there.
Yeah, they had a really good deal about a month ago. It was $2.99, and it was a really nice upper. But
with I let it go. Group and everything.
I don't think it had it, but I had a really nice handguards. They were like really awesome. So, and I'm not too much into the look. I'm not too much into the whole tactical, but it looks nice. So
I'm spending $380 on my barrel, man. So yeah, that's a good deal.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, I can't. I'm not. If I could build it, if I could build everything for $500 without having any, of course, I'm not gonna have an optic on it because that costs a lot of money. Not a lot of money, but a couple $100. I'm gonna be happy.
Okay, so, here you go. For cheaper optics that work, I wouldn't suggest. There's some brands that you got. First of all, don't buy your optics on Amazon, because you can never tell if it's for airsoft or it's actually for a rifle, for a real live fire. And the problem with airsoft ones is once you fire once, the crosshairs fall down, or it just can't take the impact of the pressure. But and everyone will laugh at me, I'm sure, for this suggestion, but they're affordable and they work. And I would say NC Star. They have affordable ones. They're bulky, they're heavy, but they'll give you the distance that you're looking for, and they're not going to be as quality as a Zeiss or a Leopold or anything like that. However you pronounce that. But I mean, they'll get you out to 100 yards. They'll get you out to 200 yards.
How's that stack up against the Bushnell? What's that, like $70 maybe? A T25. Got one of those around here somewhere.
I got one.
How do those work? Do they work pretty good? Pretty good?
I haven't tried mine yet. I don't know.
Which one's that?
Little Bushnell.
Bushnell.
The optics?
Yeah.
The TR-25.
TR-25, that's it. Yeah,
TR-25 trophy.
Take a look at that. Oh, that's
like
basically
3 MOA.
Yeah, I mean, it's good, but then you can look at a company like Cobra Optics or Black something. They're on my Twitter feed, and I don't have that in front of me. They have things you can drop in front of them to blow them up even bigger, even larger. So I mean, you buy something like that, you can use it for now, and then when you have some money saved up, your tax returns come in. You've got. I mean, right now you're going to find. Here's what's going to happen: as tax season comes, there's going to be more gun deals out there because there's going to be more money out there because people aren't buying guns right now.
Yep.
I was actually and I was at Walmart the other day, and they had ammo cans. I think it was like 1,000 rounds for $400 or something. It was just an ammo can full of 223, and it was just like $450. So now you're going to see a reduction in price of firearms, but an increased price in ammo.
Yeah. We had a deal here with 9mm. I think it was like 1200.
Yeah, Jarhead6, your audio
Somebody
is just going
say
to heck,
zombie?
man.
Sound like a robot.
Yeah, your audio is all messed up, man.
Zombies.
One of the things I would look for if you're out there and you're prepping, or if you are just getting one ammo, I would suggest getting just a simple Lee Press 1000. They're like $130 to $180. It comes with at least I think a 9mm die. Brass isn't that expensive. You can go to the range and sweep up if you need it. Just get some. I would get some of, because then you're going to need a medium or a media cleaner too. But making your own rounds may not be cheaper, but in the long run, it's more effective because you can change your loads. You can have defense loads. You can have penetration loads. You can have distance loads. You can have overpowered. You can have plus P, or P plus P. I would totally suggest getting a your own loading if possible.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. You're not bad now.
You're not Aquaman.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Walmart, man. Walmart is stepping up the whole firearms and ammunition and things like that. They selling some really good weapons. I saw Remington 700 the other day. The SP, I think it's the SPS or SP whatever tactical. That's a pretty good rifle. So they're just stepping it up.
Hey, I got to tell you, I saw something today at Walmart when I went there.
So Texas Jedi, right? He's building one of those Remington 700s right now.
Yeah. I love those rifles, man. They're pretty cool rifles.
But, where I'm at, Walmart's not really stepping up as far as ammo. Maybe that's because all the militia guys are buying all the damn ammo. First time in my life I ever saw one of these at Walmart.
Yeah.
We've had those.
And I bought one, granted. Yeah, when I went to buy it, the guy's like, "Well, how many of them do you want?" I'm like, "Brother, at $92, I can afford one."
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take one."
Yeah. Man, what happened to a lot of these guys that a lot of guys, they cannot find ammo right now, and they're complaining and things like that I see here. But Van Prepper, that he put out that video that he's talking about ammunition and all that. Like if you start prepping from now and you start buying ammo every time you get paid, a year from now, you're gonna have a ton of rounds in your house, and that's pretty much what I do. Every time I get paid, I go out there and buy 1 or 2 boxes. And you stock up pretty quick,
Yeah.
So that would be my advice to guys out there. You stock up pretty quick.
Yeah, but I gotta tell you, Second Patriot just did a video last week where he made some pretty valid points about, you can stock up, but shooting is one of those things where if you get rusty on it, it's going to take you more rounds to hit what you're trying to shoot at. So
Yeah,
stocking up is one thing, but you still got to shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where Van Prepper was like, here's what I got over the year, and I planned on shooting most of this year.
Yeah, I told him that looked like about 2 weekends worth of ammo.
Yeah, tell me about it. But, you know, it's like you still got to do your training and stuff like that. And that's why, you know, I bought also, you know, also got me some Tula steel casing for my 223.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
$5 a box, man.
Yeah, I can afford to train with this.
Yeah.
That's bump stock ammo right there.
Right. Do any of you guys have a bump stock, by the way?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No.
Well, I think
it's like I can afford to train with that ammo, and then I can save my penetrators and all that other stuff for other days. But you know, it's like collecting all that ammo is one thing, but you still got to get out there and practice. You still got to train, you know. And that's why the Marine Corps, they made us go to the rifle range once a year. Because if you don't go back and practice the techniques over time, you're going to lose it.
Yeah, no, you're right about that, Jayhawk. You got to train. You got to train. So it's not only, and I talked about this today. Yeah. It's not only about you know, the whole fundamentals of firearms and how to shoot. A lot of guys, you got to train your body too, because you may have the best rifle out there, but if you cannot move, you know, shoot, move, and communicate, you're probably gonna go down. And somebody was talking about the whole automatic what is it, bump stocks. I think they're stupid, man.
Oh,
Why would I want to shoot all my rounds in like 2 seconds?
How about just aim and shoot the target?
I've been in two different wars. I've never used automatic.
Yeah.
Never.
Well, you know, it's funny because, like, I personally,
Well, except on the 50 cal.
Yeah.
No other choice.
I personally like to have a 5-round magazine. That's what I like. You know, I always get stuck buying the 30 or 25 rounds, depending on the rifle I'm using, because they're cheaper. You know, but you know, 5 rounds is good for practicing. Boom.
That's what I train with is 5 rounds in the mag, just because I train swapping mags at the same time. So
yeah, that's another way to go.
It works for me.
I mean, it comes back to a real simple mentality that we learned on the farm with the old crack open pellet rifle. You know, when I was just about 7 years old, you could barely crack the sucker open, so you made every freaking shot count. And it was something my father always said to me. You know what? I'm going to give you a single shot, 12 gauge, because then you know what? You're gonna make sure that you make every round count. And I think this is a good thing. So when we talk about a 5-round revolver, I kind of agree with it, because then you know what? Maybe you'll force yourself to make sure that you're going to actually, you know, make these rounds count.
Well,
take your time before you squeeze it off.
I mean, from doing 1,000 patrols in Iraq and Afghanistan, those rounds weight. You're gonna carry all those rounds in your body. So when you carry 180, 200 rounds in a chest plate or a chest rig, whatever you carry, Jacob will tell you you're gonna feel that weight. So
hey brother, I'm sorry, Jayhawk won't be able to tell you, man.
Well, I mean, you see Marines in a way.
I did vehicle patrols, brother.
Well, let me put it simple: is ounces equal pounds and pounds equal pain?
Yes.
Yeah. So remember that.
I think I don't know if I said this here or not, but I went on a patrol one time, and I made it to the place that we were going. I mean, we're talking about 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks by this time, on foot in Afghanistan. And I remember when I made it there, I was thinking to myself, if we get into a firefight, I'm going to die, because I couldn't even move anymore. And that's because all the gear that you carry on you, you know, you carry a pack, you carry a rifle, you carry a chest plate, ammo, and you're talking about guys that are physically fit. 90%, I said 99% of the guys in YouTube that talk about preparation, you may be physically fit, but not even close to the level that those guys are.
I gotta tell you, I'm not, brother.
I'm not anymore, and I'm talking about myself. And if you give me the same gear that I carried that day, I would have made it 2 blocks. You know, but
maybe that's what the full auto's for, is to get rid of some of that weight.
Yeah, right.
Clean some of these magazines.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if we're talking about bug out packs and rifle bug ammo, but like it gets heavy. So and there's a video going on now on YouTube. A lot of guys, I got a lot of guys talking about it, and it's how much ammo should I carry? And I mean, I don't know. I like to carry 1,000 rounds, but in all reality, maybe 100, 200 rounds. It's going to be about how much I could carry, in a way, So, you guys got anything on that?
I kind of think it depends how far you got to go, and
that's a good.
If you got your time, and if you got some extra time, then you got some extra weight you can carry. If you're running for the hills, I could see probably not as much, because I know I'd die after the first 100 yards.
And look, if you plan right, you're not going to have to carry as much. I mean, that's kind of the way it goes. If you have stashes along the way and your 3 different egress routes, like I preach, I've got. Well, never mind what I got. But the point is that
I want to know what you got now.
Yeah, that's right.
I want to know where you keep it.
Hopefully you got a boat because you live on an island.
Can you give me the coordinates for it?
I'll say this. X marks the spot. Well, shouldn't it? There you go. That's a clue for you. Anyway, the idea is if you plan right and so on, you should be able to carry the minimal amount for your personal protection during your egress. And the other idea, of course, is we're trying to stay low key. So you want to avoid any kind of threats, and if you can't, then you know that you're prepared. That's the idea. But when we talk about physical fitness, that's just it. Are you going to be able to egress on foot because, say, you can't do it in a personal vehicle because your vehicle gets blockaded or your vehicle breaks down or you get yourself into a bottleneck for whatever reason? So you got to be able to be physically fit to be able to carry that bag and to carry your family and maybe even a child if they get hurt. So the physically fit aspect is you should be. Myself, I try to get out and walk the mountains with my dog as often as I can, and that's me.
And at the end of the day, there's some stuff that's more important than carrying 1,000 rounds, and that's food, water, and medical gear.
Absolutely,
you cannot ditch that stuff.
Yeah. Water is going to be one of your bigger ones because you can't. You're not going to go all day without water. Food, well, you know what? You're going to go a long time without food. But water, man, oh man, I will ditch rounds before I ditch my water. I mean, that's just
I gotta tell you, it all comes down to preparation, like you said. Me personally, I don't have a bug out bag. I have an assault bag. If I have to bug out of my location right now, I plan on coming back. I plan on coming back before they take all my stuff. So, out and around my area, and I'm not going to say where, there is already food, water, and ammo sitting there. Yeah. It's buried in the ground. Only I know where it is. It's there. And so, in my assault bag, ammo for my guns. That's what's in it. Because all my other supplies are already waiting for me. So as much ammo as I can carry and get out of my home, that's what I've got. And then when I get to my other area, I've got shelter, and I've got a couple of tents that I stuffed in a tube. I've got food, I've got water, and I got more ammo. Because my plan is to come back before they take all my stuff. But I'm not going to sit here and pull a last Alamo and then die so they can take all my stuff. Now, if I have to egress, I'll egress, but I'll snipe them as they're taking off. Yeah, that's my plan.
I think I know my next video. I think talking about this, I think I know my next video. I think my camera will handle the trip. So that's my biggest thing. Why I haven't made a lot of outdoor videos. So.
Jacob, do you use a snipe?
Yep.
Okay, are you talking about real snipers or YouTube snipers?
No, I'm saying snipe is in. I'll hit them from 200 meters, 300 meters. Which to most civilians seems like a really long ways away, but to anybody who's been trained in the military, 300 meters is like a laughable shot. Mm-hmm. And I've got guns. Yeah, exactly. With iron sights, I've got guns that with iron sights at 300 meters, I can take out a target.
Well, the reality is, at your homestead, this is where you want to stop them.
But I can hit them in one of the eyes, you know. So, but I hope I never have to do it. But if I did, that's what I would do.
You know something that I was thinking about, because I mean, everybody watch The Walking Dead. I don't want to talk about The Walking Dead, but you guys watch it?
No. I haven't seen it this season, so don't spoil it for me, man.
All right, I won't say anything then. All right, carry on.
I haven't seen this season either.
All right, sorry guys. That's why I kind of like threw it out there first. See what's going on.
I don't watch it.
That was good.
Yeah, but the one thing that I would say is having those type of plans. You know, like guys don't talk about those type of plans with the family. Like, you know, what if this happened? What if that happened? You know,
bad. Need to talk about it. Everybody has to be in the loop. Same thing if you're with the military, if you're in the police service, or firefighters, or if you're with the EMS. The reality is that everybody has to be on the same page. Everybody has to know how everybody's going to communicate. It's the same thing, right? If I look at you and I'm saying, you know, I need you to work Bravo sector through to Delta, you need to understand what the hell I'm talking about. Otherwise, you know what? You're not going anywhere, and that's it. So,
hey, brother, I got to tell you though, I don't have family, so I don't need to talk about any of that stuff. You're right, people do. But my
it's a sad reality.
My brother is a combat veteran. You know, he was in Fallujah and Ramadi, so you know, combat veteran Marine. I can just be like, hey, brother, you got this area, I got this area. Let's go.
A plug for my channel. I just talked about it when I was talking about emergency communications and your communications at home and so on and so forth in different modes. You know, using a good, precise, and decisive language that you know you can use on a small family radio system, in case you have to share it with some other people. Then at least you'll know who you're talking to on the other end is actually with you, because you're using the same codes and so on. But a plan. Everybody's got to be on a plan. Yeah.
You know, another thing too for someone, you know, is having the same book and utilizing the same. If you have the same book, you can reference pages and different words within that book. You know, so you could give off some categories and numbers, and then they know what you're talking about. Yeah. Especially when you're on like a Motorola where everybody's going to hear you. That has the same, you know, the little handheld deals.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I used to have I mean, as a squad leader doing missions, I have my little book that you know, with different communication reports and things like that I had to pull out and call them out, because I mean, everybody say you gotta call a medevac, but you don't remember the entire procedure, so or you know, you gotta call because you found a bomb, an IED, so I had like a little reference book that I used all the time, and it worked pretty well.
Smart Pack.
Well,
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, that's it.
Smart Pack. It has 9 lines for everything. This one's even. I can call it an AC-130 gunship if I needed to.
Nice.
Granted, I never had to, but I had it.
Well, that's nice being able to use a 9 code or a 10 code system, because I mean the average person is not going to understand this. So if in an egress situation you're sharing a community channel or something, you could go back over and say, well, you know, we're gonna meet at sector A, or we're gonna meet to sector B, or abort sector B. We're going actually to sector C, which is Plan C, and we're gonna be looking at reason why, or what's the problem. Well, we've got a 933. So now they understand, the other end, and so.
Yeah, but sometimes we just gotta keep it simple too, Sometimes just being simple, it works too, because.
Well, simple is what you're trained. Same with you guys in the military. Simple is what you're trained, what you know. If you plan, if you train for it, it's very simple for you and who you're training with.
We actually have an acronym for it too. It's KISS.
Keep it simple, stupid. Yeah. We use it in military too. Yeah, or policing, sorry.
But. All right. Anybody got any new toys? Anything new?
I have so many new toys. You guys don't have enough time.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, I got a new 308 coming in. It's got a going back to that. It's got a Pack Nor barrel. It's going to have a Manor stock. What we did was, it's actually on the website for We Like Shooting. We took an old a Mossberg ATR, which is, you know, like a $100 rifle, $200 rifle. Well, I'm sorry, $300 rifle. You know, it's the low end 308. Stripped it off, took off the stock, took off the barrel. So it's going in to get a new precision barrel. It's getting a precision stock. So we've taken this like junk rifle and made it into like a $2,000 rifle. So it's really pumped on that. Yeah, that's.
Are you gonna put micro stamping on it?
Micro stamping? Oh no, we'll choose not to do that. And then we're also building that 6.5 Creedmoor through We Like Shooting. It's really nice because we get a lot of sponsorship for these builds. You know, Brownells help sponsor it. Saturn Barrels as for the 6.5 barrel. They're giving us the barrel. You know, we're talking with the Vortex Optics to give us some optics for both rifles. So,
That's the bummer on 1,000 yards, right? It's like you build this rifle for, you know, $1,500 to $2,000, and then it's like, oh, I got to spend that again.
Right, exactly, exactly. And that's a good thing to point out. If you buy a rifle for distance, most likely you're going to need an optic that costs as much as your rifle.
Yeah. Oh, such a bummer.
Or even more in many times.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But you know, we just got we're now I don't know if we've announced it yet, but the NRA is affiliated with us now, or we are affiliated with the NRA as one of their media outlets, so that's pretty cool. So having that backing too has helped us make some nice deals with companies. Again, the nice thing about these bills is they're all sponsored bills. You know, there's no money out of our coffers because we don't have any money in our coffers. So yeah, so these rifles are you know, just being built for us, you know, by us, given to us from other companies. So that's really helpful.
That's excellent, man.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, I don't have any of that going on right now.
No, you don't have any of that, Jayhawk? Oh,
really? I would assume people would just be throwing bullets at you.
Come on.
You know, I got to tell you, and maybe it's just me, because I've actually had a good subscriber of mine. He wanted to ship me some 9mm because I did a video once where I was like, you know, 9mm is hard to find around here. The guy was going to send me a couple thousand rounds of 9mm. He just needed my address, and I was like, brother, I can't accept that.
That's kind of creepy, man.
Well, no, I've actually had people say, hey, we'll send you something, and I'll be like, I don't want that. You know, I don't do my channel to get people to give me stuff. But, you know, if a company wanted to send me a pistol to test out, I would be more than happy to accept it, but, you know, to test it out and stuff. But it's like, dealing with companies is one thing. Dealing with subscribers, I would never accept stuff like that.
And here's the thing, because we get stuff in from companies all the time for review, is you'll get a pistol or a rifle in, and then you have to pay the FFL cost for it to come in. Yeah. And you don't get to keep these rifles or pistols. You know, these are pretty expensive items, so they usually don't let you just have them. So then you got to ship it back, and you're dealing with the FFL again, and it's a lot of cost, in and out costs when you start reviewing firearms for companies. A lot of people aren't aware of, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And then you make like $5 on YouTube.
If that.
Yeah, I don't make anything off of YouTube. I don't monetize anything right now.
Oh,
yeah, it's a tough field, but there's a lot of stuff out there that people aren't aware of. I mean, if it wasn't for the great YouTubers out there who showed how horrible those zip guns were, you know, people would be out there getting zip guns and burning their hands off, you know, or you know, God, there's just a lot of things out there like the Tavor. Yeah,
right?
Yeah, Tavor. I mean,
I think that's the way Hank pronounces it. Hank Strange, right?
Yeah.
Tavor?
Yeah, he loves those things too.
He's the bullpup king.
He really is. And it's funny because, you know, that gun is so popular right now thanks to all the you know, views it's getting on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's basically the gun of the year.
Yeah.
Those things are so cool, though. I mean, they're so short. I mean, you can't beat that. Without going SBR, you can't beat that.
Well, you know what?
Poor man's SBR.
Yeah, you know, I just got a company called Badger M22. They build stocks, and I got a stock for my Marlin, of all things. You know, your Marlin 22 rifle. They're just, you know.
60?
I actually have the 75, but there's a 60, there's a 70, there's a 990. There's over 7 million Marlins out there, and and if you look at the whole thing, it's all built the exact same, and it's a bullpup kit for it, and it's been a blast using it. I put it on my 75, and the weight is great, the disbursement of the whole piece. You know, it's bullpups are just fun. You know, no matter what. I'm surprised, you know, there was a guy who actually made a bullpup AR. He was from Japan or China, and he made it, and he was on a visa, so he went home. So obviously the country he was from, they don't really allow you to have a lot of ARs there. But so he never really like fleshed out the designs, because the biggest issue you'll find with bullpups is the linkage. You know, because sometimes it gets a little and that's a big thing, you know, is how is the trigger set up? Now on the Marlin, it was on this Badger, it's a straight aluminum bar that's like a Z frame, so and it's just smooth as silk. Well, not as silk, but it's smooth. I mean, because you know, initially the Marlin stock, the triggers aren't smooth as silk either, so you're not looking at a huge difference. It was nice. So I love bullpups, and just if it wasn't for YouTube, people wouldn't know about a lot of these products that are out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey guys, I apologize, but I gotta go. I still got some college work I gotta do.
Yeah, I gotta split too. You guys get some kids to bed.
Well, hey, I'm gonna leave as well, gentlemen. Thank you for having me on. It was a pleasure.
That was great.
No problem, brother. Thanks for coming.
See you guys.
Okay. Yeah. Take care, everyone.
Take care. Nice talking with you.
Hey, it's good talking to you too.
This is a good time for me to jump in and just say this here. We were talking about anything new. I actually, I'll say it just because my neighbor was really nice about it. It's not, you know, Kavar, you'll maybe appreciate this a little bit, but he doesn't know any better, I suppose. I helped him pull some logs out of the bush there on the weekend, and so he came and he gave me this really, really nice gift. It was very, very thoughtful, I will say. So this is what he ended up giving me. Nice little Bowie knife, but it's stainless china, so there you go. But like I said, it was a nice thought anyway, and so I think I'll put it in my stick. Yeah, it is. I'll put it in my bug out bag, and like I say, it's there's paracord around the handle. But like I said, it was a nice thought, and I accepted it obviously, but. Like I said, so there's what I have new to share. So there you go.
I got a new Mossberg 930, the SPX. My wife kind of cracks up because she'll end up with these shoes that she's had forever. So I just ended up with these this Mossberg that I've had forever. Picked it up the other day. So went out with my son and yesterday and shot it for a little bit. It was a nice gun.
Yeah, nice. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, I love shotguns, man.
I love shotguns. I grew up around shotguns. I mean, you know, it's a big thing for hunting back home, right? So,
I like it. I mean, they're very effective. They will take care of business. I mean, I carry one of them in combat, and they take care of business. So that's all I got to say about that. I like them.
It's good for the house.
A lot of range time. Yeah, they great range time too. I mean, we trap shooted with those things like all the time, or skeet shooting, however you guys call it. But we were trap shooting with those things all the time, right? So.
See, that's my thing. I used to do a lot of trap, a lot of sporting clay stuff, but everything I own is over-under. So I finally got something that was more on the tactical side where, you know, you're not going to run around the house with 2 shells and over-under, or at least I'm not, because I'm going to grab the handgun before that. But
Beretta makes a nice over and under. Oh man, oh man, oh man. My dad's got a Beretta over and under. Gorgeous, gorgeous shotgun. I mean, beautiful.
The prettier they are, the more expensive.
Yes, sir. Yeah, this one I bet you is about $2,000. I'll bet you it's $2,000 for sure.
Oh, probably.
It is engraved. It's just gorgeous.
Gold inlay, all that stuff.
Oh yeah, baby. It is
probably
awesome.
$3,000. So, probably at least 3.
Well, no, I think this one's about $2,000 is what I think he paid for it. But he won one actually back in '92. He won. I think it was a Winchester. And he won this in a trap shoot, and It was gorgeous too, and I don't know what it was up there in the price too, but that was nice. So I'm fond of 12s. I really am. So
Yeah.
I got them.
Man, I got two. Yeah, two shotguns. I don't remember how many I got. I got two. But I got two budget ones. I pay I got the H&R and the Rock Island, and I pay about $200 for each. And I mean, they work pretty well, man.
Those are awesome prices. Oh my God, we can't get those prices here. It's impossible to get that kind of price brand new. There's no way.
Yeah, those H&R pump 12 gauge. I think they run for about $179 on Walmart, and it is a copy of the Remington 870. But I think it's like the Chinese copy or whatever it is. But I got it because I came back from Japan right when I got out of the military, and I didn't have any weapons, and I didn't like the fact that I didn't have any weapons. So I went to Walmart, and I picked that shotgun right there for $179. The way I figure, I use it for a while. If it works, it works. If not, I get rid of it. So far, it works very well, man. But
so it's a pump?
Yeah, it's a pump 12 gauge. I got a couple of videos on it on YouTube, but H&R pump 12 gauge. The tactical version is like 18 inches or whatever it is, or 18 and a half inches. Works pretty well, man. It's exactly just like the Remington 870. It looks the same, completely.
Are you guys just as bad off on 22 LR as we are? I'm in California, unfortunately, for now until the end of June, but that stuff is nowhere.
I got enough, man.
we don't have that problem.
I got some, but it sucks using it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I was going to say. When you guys were talking about shooting, if I go shooting, I don't like using my what I got already. I go and buy more to go shooting that day, or I buy more and I replace some of the old ammo that I have with the new one, and then I take the old one. But I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to go and get 200 rounds out of my 9mm and go and shoot it. I don't do those things. That's not a good.
No, it's pricey.
Yeah.
22 LRs, man, we throw that stuff around like candy up here. I don't know where you guys are always talking about it. I hear it everywhere. The fella I follow is Main Prepper. I follow a lot of his chats. I mean, when he first started talking about the ammo shortage, I'm sitting there going, on 22 LRs, are you serious? I don't know what the problem is, because up here, you could trip over the stuff in the aisles, boxes of it. I mean, it's crazy.
See, a year ago, you could walk into
it's
Walmart.
been short around here for years.
Yeah. Now everything's back but 22.
Really, we don't have anything in Walmart, man. Walmart is like empty. Other than 12 gauge, you may find some 30-06 and something like that, but it's pretty much empty. You don't see anything. The local gun store has some decent stuff, and every now and then have 22. But that's one of the things that Ben Prepper was talking in the video. Like I call places, and I call them up and be like, hey man, you guys got 22? Yeah. And if they haven't, I go and pick up a couple of boxes. And if you do that, you probably be able to stock up for the guys watching. But a lot of guys don't do it. If you're just gonna go to Walmart because you went to Walmart, you may have to go every day to Walmart until you actually find some ammo. So,
did you see that video where you can go on Walmart and find the store, and if not, it'll email you the ammo?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
I still have yet. This was probably a month ago, and still haven't got an email.
Oh yeah, yeah, and a lot of those guys have they have connection with the local gun stores or whatever. Because I went to a couple of stores that what they're doing is that they buy the brick, and then they break it down in 50 rounds, and they put it inside the little baggies, and they staple it together, and they they're selling it for $7.99 a pack, which is ridiculous. I mean, at the most will be like $4.
$4.99.
Yeah, $4.99 or something like that, and that's what they're doing here. So I know a couple of places that were doing it, and I stopped going there. I don't support them, and I don't go to those places. But
I've never even heard of that, Jarhead. I've never even heard of that.
Oh yeah, they were doing that here too.
Dude, when it happened, like the gun store owners, not people, the owners will go to Walmart at 6 o'clock in the morning and pick up all the ammo and then repack. It's kind of funny. It's like drugs, you know, like you can buy in cocaine.
Yeah, it's like drugs.
And they cut it and they sell it.
It's like dealing in ammo.
Yep.
Back alley deals, eh?
Yeah.
What are you looking for? What do you need? What do you need? Huh? I got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's nuts. Yeah. I don't even think it's legal here. I mean, I say that, but I don't. I think it's got to be in the original box. You can't do that here. There's just no way.
And the thing about it, man,
I think it does here too.
I live in a marine town. So everyone here is not like they have money, but everybody here has a job and has an income that comes every 2 weeks you're gonna get paid. So it's not like you may not have work or whatever. They have a stable work. So they could sell a lot, man. Marines will buy them, and I don't know, man. I try not to support those guys. That's what I do. So I got a gun store about 6 minutes away from my house, a pretty big one. And those guys are pretty good. Those guys didn't take advantage of the situation, so I go back to those guys. And if they have a weapon that costs more money than I wanted, I still buy it from those guys because I know they're good people. And I mean, as long as it's not like a crazy, ridiculous price. But I'm not going to go to another store to save $10. I will buy it from them because they're good people and they didn't take advantage of the situation. But they normally have better prices than any other store. Like the revolver. The first store that I had, it was $2.99, and when I went up there, they had them for $2.69. So, I mean, $269 for a revolver, that's not bad, man. So,
we can't get prices like that. That's the thing I do envy you guys about is that you can get.
Oh well, I'm here.
You can get the firearms cheap. Wicked.
Well, Dwayne, email us some 22 long rifle.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. Yeah, okay, cool.
I'll email you over an 80% lower.
Oh, okay, cool. Side chat. Side chat.
Side chat.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you guys, man, have you guys seen that video with Tom? Hey, Tom, what was that video you took out a turkey like 100 yards or something?
I seen that video. That was one of my earliest videos I seen of Tom's, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good. That's pretty good shooting right there.
Yep.
That's some old school stuff.
22 Magnum.
And he was talking about those hats too, Jarhead. I seen those hats. Those are nice.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I hope you like it, man.
Didn't you guys
Yeah,
hear
we
me?
hear you.
Oh.
I heard you, K-Bar. Yeah, there was super nice hats. Yeah, super nice hats.
Well, thank you, Jarhead. And yeah, they are. I'm enjoying them.
You were talking about that when I came in the Corps. I mean, the March 2002. That's when I joined the Marine Corps, and we used to have the ones that you had to get the Eagle Gloving anchor and put it and then iron over the cover. But I mean, the Marine Corps went to that style of camis in 2004, I think. Like before 2004, but in 2004 they made it mandatory where everybody had to buy them. And I mean, it's been 10 years already since we were in those things. So, but they're good camis, man. I still like the Army better in a way. Not better, but the Army only has one type of cami, so or uniform, so you don't have to change because Marines have to change from greens to deserts, and it's just annoying in a way.
I like your ball caps. Those are sweet ball caps. Hard to find for us Canadians. I'd love to get my hands on one for my collection, but hard to get.
Which one? The Marines one?
Yeah. You guys have a ball cap, right?
No, we don't. We wear the 8. It's called an 8-point cover, just like the one that I sent to Tom. That's what we wear.
Oh, so you guys don't have the ball caps?
No. Like you talking about something like this?
No, they're
yeah, like that there.
No,
operators caps.
Yeah. a lot of the special forces guys, just like Tom said, they wear those kind of hats, just because they're special forces, and special forces guys do whatever they want. So, but no.
Sometimes.
Well, sometimes.
Within reason.
Tom could tell you about that. I don't know anything about that. So.
Oh, those are nice. Those are nice caps, so it's not too bad at all.
Yeah, I think I bought this one for like $15, and then I put the American flag in there. It's just Velcro, so you go take it off and put whatever you want.
Well, I've been putting a Canadian one
That's
on.
I cannot understand.
Mm-hmm. What's that, Tom?
Why in God's name they ever? I don't know about the new Marine uniforms, but the new Army uniforms, everything's Velcro. You got to open a pocket on a night op or something.
Yeah.
It's like you just ripped a fart for half a mile down a block. It's retarded.
True. It is true, yeah.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, I don't know how it is in the Army, but in the Marine Corps, when you go into combat, you actually wear, like now, you actually wear different type of uniforms. So those uniforms that we wear here in the States is not what we wear in Afghanistan. Over there we wear it's called frog gear, and it's a different type of material, in case you get burned and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if the Army does the same thing, that they wear different type of uniforms in combat. I don't know. So
yeah,
who knows?
Yeah, they have that same stuff you guys wear. What are they?
They do?
It's called Massif or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, though.
It's like a Cool Max wear.
Mm-hmm.
I got a shirt here. I found it, and I bought the damn thing. And I'll tell you what, it's supposed to keep you cooler in the heat and warmer in the cold, and it does exactly that. I don't know what it's made out of, but I was out with it in the summertime. It's a long sleeve shirt, and it was nice and cool.
Is it like that armor material?
I don't even know what type of material it is. I know it's supposed to. Yeah, it's supposed to help with getting burned.
Is it for chemical?
No mix in it.
That too.
Yeah, I mean,
from what I understand.
Go ahead.
From what I understand about this stuff, what it does is it actually absorbs the sweat and holds it on the shirt, so that you stay cooler. And
it's like Under Armour. Or
whatever it does, it works.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to do with chemical. These frog suits you're talking about, in my mind, I'm kind of thinking that you want to protect you from some kind of chemical warfare. Is that not correct with this stuff, or what?
No, they don't. I mean, they don't really even have a threat to use it anymore. In case of NBC or some type of chemical attack, you will have to wear your entire mob gear, and it's a different type of suit. So if you see the guys that went to Iraq in 2003, like I went with a bunch of guys, we were wearing that type of equipment because the chemical attack was pretty likely to happen. But nowadays they don't have that type of threat, man. Nah. So
that was more rubbery, wasn't it?
That was one more.
More rubbery, more like a material where the powder.
It was kind of like I don't even know what type of material it was, but it was kind of like an overall. You put it on, and you had the straps that went across your shoulders, and then you had another jacket that went in top, and the hood and the gas mask. I mean, it was annoying. It was crazy. Like if you find yourself, and probably Tom can talk about this if you have any training, but if you find yourself in that type of situation where you have an NBC threat, the possibilities of you dying are pretty high. You probably won't make it to the fight. So, and it slows you down because
by the time you get the clothes on, you're dead.
Yeah, you're dead. I mean, even with the gear on, you're talking about a country that is 140 degrees at one point when I was there, and then you put gear on that add up. I want to say like 16 degrees or something. Maybe I'm wrong. So your body's about 150 degrees, which you're not used to it. It takes a while for you to get used to that. and then an NBC threat, you're wearing all that gear, you're running around, people shooting at you, most likely you're gonna die, bro. So
yeah, I get that.
Well, I give you guys credit, that's for sure.
Like the chemical threat, you just pray to God that doesn't happen. So, but
that's right.
Yeah, even the old gas mask, you put them on and walk around a little bit here in the States, and they'd fill up with sweat.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine, yeah. Well, it's, yeah.
And I mean, I did some training in the past. They give you this paper that it has like a powder, and you have to put around your face. If you get any contact into your face, and it pretty much blind you. Like you have to lift up your gas mask and part of your face, and you're pretty much going to be blind after that. So I mean, like I said, if you find yourself in that type of situation, most likely you're going to die. That's a really bad situation to be. So, and I mean, I've been in a situation where you have to wear your gas mask and your gear. I mean, we used to go to sleep 5-6 hours with our gas mask on, and but if we never actually got attacked by some type of chemical device, that's the Lord, man. That's not good. That's not good. But on the other hand, the gear that they give you for fire protection and things like that, it does work. You know, of course, as much as it can. If you're gonna get burned, you're gonna get burned. But it does protect you a little bit more than the basic clothes. You know, things like that.
Yeah, it took me a long while to get used to, you know, SCBA equipment with the volunteer fire department, which you know, we also had this in the back of our cruisers for the Federal Railway Policing, because we worked around the chemical cars and such and rail yards. So we had that stuff as a precaution. If there was a derailment, we'd go into the scenes and stuff. So we had that. It took me a long while to get used to that, and I even dare say that I don't know if I'm completely 100% used to it, which is not a real great thing, especially when I'm on the volunteer fire department. But I try to. Yeah, you're right. I mean, and we're huge with it. So thankfully, because we're just a small volunteer service, obviously on this island, right? And there's 7 services on the island, 52 members, I guess. But yeah, so it's hard, right? Yeah, without a doubt.
All right, guys, I think I'm gonna cut it out for tonight because I don't know. I gotta do some stuff here in the house. You guys got anything you guys want to say from your channels? Anything coming up? Anything? What about you, General?
I've got. I try to get out about.
Was that Tom?
Tom.
So I might not even have a channel soon. The delay is so bad.
You're planning to get out?
I'm talking. You guys can't hear me. It's possible.
Oh. Don't. Well, it's a glitch. I'll leave it at a glitch, Tom. I think it'll come back online, buddy. I hope so. Anyways, I don't want to lose your channel. That's for sure. Right now, my name is coming up as Dwayne, but really my name is Luke, and I'm using an email system that I was using before under my writer's name, and when I was writing online, so I was kind of hiding my identity, and so I'm afraid to actually transfer this YouTube channel over to my Luke Banter channel, which is my name, and I don't have too much of a problem with that, but like I said, I'm afraid I'm going to lose my entire channel. So, but anyways, I try to do about 3, 4, 5 videos a week and talking about various stuff, and it's been, like I said, it gives me something to do because just an update there, I'm not in policing. I'm actually I'm now over to paramedics the last 2 years because we moved to the East Coast and I left my job for the purpose of family, and because I didn't really like to see how things were going in the economy, and I wanted to get away from the masses back home in southwestern Ontario. So here it's very isolated. So just to clear that up, I guess. So yeah, I had a 13-year career in policing, 16 years if you want to count corrections, but yeah, so that's kind of how that is. But yeah, that's it. I got some videos obviously coming out every week, and my Sunday night shout out, for whatever reason the video won't upload, so there is shout outs coming up. I'm hoping I can get the darn video to upload tomorrow night. So that's what I have coming.
Hey bro, you know, if you go into even though you have that email, if you go into your Google profile, you may be able to change your name that actually display in your banner or whatever to whatever name you want.
Yeah. Well, I have it. It's what it is this. There's my default account is under a different email system, but I technically want the general banter because it gives you an option to switch accounts.
Yeah.
And so it's under the default. So what I figured out is I can actually sort of give it away. So I'm trying to give it away to myself over on my lukebanter@gmail.com. So and this is where people can reach me if they want to reach me on Gmail. But,
just be careful. You don't want to erase the whole channel.
I'm thinking about it.
So, go ahead, Tom.
Does anybody here know how to mass dump the Google Mail?
Mask it?
Anybody know how to mass dump Google Mail?
Oh, mass dump.
What is that?
Oh,
yeah.
Like where you click on the one and hold shift and go all the way down? Yeah, and then just click the other one and those will all highlight and then throw it in the trash.
Okay.
I just did that today, matter of fact.
Really?
So go to the first one.
I got 46,000 pieces of mail and I think it's screwing up my computer.
Holy shit. Okay,
yep.
So go to the first one, right? Scroll down a ways, hold shift, and then click the next email, and those should all highlight, and then hit delete. I don't know if you heard me, K-Bar.
Oh, okay. So I go to the first one.
Yeah, wherever you want to start.
Then I scroll down a little bit, hit shift.
Hold shift down though, and then click one.
Oh, okay.
And then hit delete.
And then scroll down.
Yeah, scroll down.
Okay.
Click it. Hold shift down. Click another one. You got to hold it down though, and then hit delete.
All right.
Is it working?
Thank you, because I don't know. I can't do both at the same time on this stupid thing.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Hey Tom, you got anything you want to say before we close out?
Boy, I have a lot I'd like to say, but like I said, I'm not even sure if I'm going to have a channel anytime soon because I'm getting tired of it's turning into a drama club here with these bushcrafters and stuff, and that's what my channel is. And yeah, I'm just about sick of it, fed up.
Tom, I saw that video of you getting pissed off and leaving on the one. I was like, holy crap. Last week.
Which one was that one?
I don't know. Someone said something that, I don't know, it pissed you off. I think it was you. Pissed you off. You said a few F words and said, I'm out of here. And then everybody was wondering what happened.
Oh, no, that was...
that wasn't you?
Oh, no, that wasn't me. It was
a couple weeks ago.
No.
That wasn't? Okay. Good.
No, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, that person was frustrated.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Okay.
Yeah, I try not to get involved into that drama. If I see drama, I go away from it because I could see how drama could become very quick in here. So you got anything you want to say? Jarhead6?
Yeah, I think K-Bar had something else he wanted to say. Though, if you don't
What's
mind.
up, Tom?
Well, basically what's going on is there's one main really heavy channel, let's say it that way, and they are really running around the community bullying people that give them any kind of a competition, literally bullying them. And from what I understand, there's 7 or 8 channels that were deleted today alone because they just couldn't put up with the crap they were getting from people.
Yeah, don't follow that, K-Bar. Don't follow into that, though. I mean, you know what? Just stick with these channels here. Stick with these chats. These ones where you know you're embraced, and stick with those and keep putting out your videos because you have something to share. And I, for one, absolutely agree with every video you've ever put out. And I would be sad if you actually, your channel went because of bullying. It's the same thing I talk to my kids. And I know you're not a child by any means, and I understand what you're saying. But Do not do that. You know what? And I say this publicly and on live. This is a community of building strength amongst people, like-minded people, so we can all do better tomorrow and today, you know, and so we can hopefully do better beyond tomorrow. And that's it. So, you know what?
And think all the people that are learning good stuff from you. You know,
yeah,
that
man,
like
that's
your
it.
channel and not theirs. You know, that's the important part. You have your viewers that like the way you speak, the way you teach. You know, that's your deal.
And if this is something, man, I don't care.
Just.
I mean, I've been called Mexican like 3 times. I've been called a Christian killer. I mean, let them say whatever they want.
I haven't seen you shoot any Christians.
Yeah, I know, right? I've been called names that I had to go into the dictionary to find out what it meant.
See, there's the one plus for having like 38 subscribers. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest with you, as far as people saying things about me, I really don't care.
Oh yeah.
If they're going to start on me, I really don't care. It's just the whole concept of the big guy once again is pushing out the little guy, and it's really, how can I put this? I'm an ex-Green Beret. I don't take kindly to being pushed.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds to me like you're doing a good job in scaring them, so you wouldn't be getting pressured if you weren't that good, right?
Yeah. I mean, if I don't like the channel, I don't. It's crazy because some of those guys, the first thing to do is dislike. Like I had one day that I had 32 dislike in one day. The day before I had 1 dislike, and then I had 32, and then I had 1. So you know, you got the trolls out there disliking videos and making stupid comments. Let them do it. I mean, I'm not gonna fall into that. If I don't like your channel, I don't watch it. If you don't like my channel and you want to put a bad comment, if it's really bad, I'm gonna erase it because I don't want it there. But if it's like some guy made fun of me or something the other day, I left it. I don't care. I don't have time to do it.
Excuse me.
So some people don't agree with you.
Let me say this before we get out of here. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, Luke, for the kind words. Jarhead, thanks for the hats. Mm-hmm. I do apologize to the guy in the pink. I have no idea.
It's red, damn it. I don't wear pink. Does it look pink?
Hey, pink is anti-bullying.
It's red. It's not pink. In when I'm wearing it, god dang it.
No, man.
All right, I'm going to wear a blue shirt next time because I can't wear pink. No, I appreciate it. And you got a great channel, just so you know.
Absolutely.
All of you guys do.
All right, guys, I'm going to go off because I got stuff to do. And
cool. One quick thing, Jarhead.
Yeah.
Just a quick shout out to Van Prepper. He shouted out for me, which was huge. I got like 5 subscribers in one day, which is awesome. So, thumbs up.
I was one of them.
Yes, you were. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah. Hey, no problem. It was good meeting you. So.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thanks, Jarhead.
Guys.
All right, guys. Appreciate everybody watching.
See you next time.
See ya.